Welcome, Internet.
Nope.
To the Play Some Video Games podcast. It's your boy, Daddy Ninja Dev. Joined as always by Donnie Eat, the Hype Reese, and Delvin, who has been dumped by John Cena Cox.
No, not
How
me.
are we?
We. All of us.
No we.
As a world.
No.
That's what he said.
He's dumped everyone.
First of all, I've never seen John Cena, so I have not been dumped by him.
He doesn't like that joke either, by the way. He says it's stupid, it's lame, and stop doing it.
I will not.
He's very mad at all of us.
Yeah, well.
That means you.
You. Dev.
Nah. Look,
He
I've
mentions
always
you by
said
name.
fuck John Cena, so I don't give a shit.
Well,
You can kiss my ass.
You heard him, the person. He has feelings,
Good.
Dev.
Good.
And these are things he actually said, by the way.
Him and his sausage fingers can kick rocks.
Whoa. I don't look into the man's fingers.
You can't. It's impossible not to. He's a large man, Dwayne.
Sausage fingers.
His fingers are so big. It's gross. It's not natural. Just saying.
Oh,
How do you feel about being dumped by Mr. Cena, Delvin? How do you feel about this whole heel turn?
So far, it's okay.
I feel like it
Not
lit
too
the
bad.
internet on fire. People are really digging it.
People are hyped
What
for
I've
it. I think what WWE put out there is kind of wild. It was a wild thing, but a little too soon. They put out a thing on their network, I guess on their website, the top 10 heel turns in history. And look at here, look at what you know. John Cena's all of a sudden number one, and a motherfucking thing happened yet, but he's number one over
That's
Hogan.
ridiculous.
like, what, he didn't do anything.
That's ridiculous.
I mean,
Yeah.
look, anything to unseat Hogan, I feel like is a good move.
Well, they didn't do it to
Okay.
unseat Hogan. They did it to unseat WCW because it happened in WCW.
I don't think that's why they did it all. I think they
That's
did it
100% why
because
they did it.
they just want to try and get as much juice into Mania as possible. So they're like just telling people this is the greatest heel turn of all time, even though it wasn't.
He hasn't done anything.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It would be
Plus,
like
it
me
was-
saying
it
this
was
is the
telegraphed.
greatest episode of PSVG right now.
That's like I was.
It is.
I'm not somewhat let down, but like it just shows you the difference between the people that pay attention and those that don't. If you paid attention to it, like this John Cena thing was there for months.
Yeah, it was.
Like it wasn't that surprising, and then it happens, and you people there are like, I can't believe this. It's like
I believe it.
we all totally believe it. Like we all knew it was coming. That's the difference. Nobody knew the Hogan thing was coming.
Correct. That's
And
the
that's
difference.
the difference.
I
It's
think
like it's the shadow drop E3 surprise mic drop moment when Hogan dropped that leg. Like it was that.
I honestly
know?
think, and this might be a hot take.
I
I
doubt
kind
it.
of think the New Day one was better.
The New Day heel turn, like the actual act,
heel turn.
the actual act was better. It was
better.
a lot better. The difference being the follow through on that heel turn has sucked.
It's been terrible. It's like they said, fuck it, we don't
They
care
just let
anymore.
all that heat go.
But the actual heel turn itself was amazing.
The Rollins heel turn is better than Cena's.
I kind of agree.
So
I mean, yeah. But
I think
he's
the
coming away
Andre
from
heel
Florida
turn is
State
better
Wrestling, right?
as a heel turn.
I don't know about that one.
It's
I
hard.
didn't- I
It's
didn't
hard
watch
to
that one again.
appreciate. It's hard to appreciate what Andre was for that generation of fan.
That is true.
You know, I never saw him lose. He was always, like the final boss, and then he turned on the hero. You know,
That is true.
I mean, I'm here for that. That's an option.
it's one of those weeks for me. So
Well,
yeah,
let me ask you
Well,
a question, Donnie. Well, Donnie, go first? Or shall I ask
Well,
the
you
question?
can ask the question. Ask the question.
So shall I ask the question that I asked you earlier today?
what are we talking about?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Okay. Me and Dev had a conversation about wrestling earlier today.
Without
And
me,
yes.
be your own damn people, man. I'm
But
telling
I
you,
wanted to bring it to
these
this
fuckers
show.
don't do shit for me. Like I'm leaving me out of all kinds of shit.
I said I want to bring it to the show because BET put out a list of the top 15 black wrestlers.
Okay,
Okay, so
is
I'm gonna ask
BET
you.
still a thing?
Apparently, I had no
Apparently
idea.
so.
Like
yes.
that's the shocking. Wait a minute. And instead of being music video television, they're writing articles about wrestlers for some reason.
They're like MTV now.
Was this on YouTube or they have a website? It's like a
They have
blog?
a website and everything.
So is it like Rolling Stone for black people?
It's supposed to be.
Huh. Do people read BET?
No. People
Okay.
don't even watch
People don't read,
BET
Johnny.
anymore.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, wait a minute. People read BET? Like, you lost me at read BET. You lost
Definitely
me.
not a magazine. It's got.
You lost me at BET article. It's like, wait a minute. What is that?
But this article, the reason why I bring it up, because this article kind of made waves because who their top 3 were.
Okay. All right.
So I
So
will
hit me
ask
with
you,
their hot
Donnie.
takes.
So Donnie, I
Yeah.
want you to try to guess their top 3, or
Ooh.
what you would think their top 3 is.
Oh, man. You can't just spring that on me. You gotta let me,
Top
like,
3 black wrestlers. Come on, you know black people.
Yeah,
you know black people. I know black people.
okay.
I mean, do you count The Rock as black? Because he'd have to be one.
They did, and there you go.
Okay.
You nailed number 1.
Okay,
I
yeah,
was shocked to shit by that.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
not
I
number
would.
one.
I wouldn't count The Rock as black, but I guess he claims it, or I don't know. I don't get
His
it.
dad is actually
I
black.
saw his daddy. His daddy is that dude.
His
Oh no,
brother-
I know. No, yeah, no, I know.
We this is the conversation me and Dev was having. We
they
had a
claim-
full hour-long conversation because he was like, "I don't fucking believe you."
They don't claim. They don't claim Snuka's black, right?
No,
He's on there. He was
Yeah,
on
I
there.
bet.
wasn't he?
I bet he was.
Look,
I thought he was.
Now,
No,
just
maybe
for
you know what? I'm thinking that I'm probably thinking about Junkyard Dog because I know he was on there.
yes, he was.
just for.
Maybe Steamboat was, and not Snuka. I don't remember.
I was just about to say, just to rule it out, they don't count Roman or Yoko as black, right?
No, they do not.
So
right.
that was my question. I'm like, well, if The Rock is black, what about the rest of these Samoans?
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
do
yeah.
they not count?
All right,
too?
so my three. All right, so I'll give you the 3 that I would guess, and then I would.
Okay.
Let me make an edit just for my own.
Okay.
The 3 that I would guess: Rock, Mark Henry, Booker T. I would omit or slide down Booker T for Jacqueline, and that would be my hot take because I think Jacqueline is like grossly disrespected and forgotten.
Okay.
She was on there, wasn't she?
You got 2 out of the 3 correct. Not in the correct order, but you got 2
Okay.
out of the 3 correct.
So who's the third man?
Kofi Kingston.
Kofi. Yeah, no, Kofi's great. Don't get me wrong, I love Kofi, but I don't know. Like I'd put Kofi behind Lashley,
Well,
and I don't put either one of them above Booker. And to be honest with you, I thought long and hard about putting Booker there over Ron Simmons.
well, here you go. Bobby Lashley's number 8, Ron Simmons number 7, Junkyard Dog number 6, Sasha Banks number 5, Mark Henry number 4.
Dude, Sasha's way too high.
I'm
Not, I know you love her, but that's way too fucking high for Sasha Banks.
Kofi Kingston number 3.
That's
The
where's
Rock-
our truth.
Yeah, The Rock. Oh, that's what we'll get to. The Rock number 2, Booker T number 1. Now, if
So,
I'll
You
get
can't
the whole list.
argue. You can't argue. Like, I think arguing anybody against The Rock is a lost failure. But like, I can't argue. Like, it's after The Rock where it's like Booker T, Mark Henry. Like, I'm open to debate there. I think you're splitting hairs between there, right? I think Lashley's there. I think Ron Simmons is there. The only problem with Ron is that his kayfabe resume isn't as strong.
Correct.
But his actual resume, if you watched wrestling, his resume is incredible.
He has a Kofi Kingston type resume.
Yeah, he's just a prominent figure in multiple territories and multiple organizations across multiple decades.
Yes.
You know, like he head up entire factions, tag teams, singles guy. Like he was a perfect hand. He could do anything. Heel,
Dude was a great tag
face.
team.
Dude, Ron Simmons is a beast.
Yes.
He
I will
doesn't
give
get
the-
enough credit.
I will give the rest of the list, who I didn't give from 9 on down. 15 is Jazz, 14 Shelton Benjamin, 13
Jazz.
Naomi, 12 Jacqueline, 11 Big E.
God, see, she always gets fucked over, man.
Yeah, oh no, it gets worse. 10 Devon Dudley, 9 Beyonce.
No, hang
Knowles.
on. Devon was a badass.
He was.
Like,
but I don't think she'd be on the list.
Devon was a badass. What about
Our
D-Lo?
Truth is not on the list.
That's this list sucks.
Our Truth is not on the list.
The list is shit. I'll throw the list out from there. Where's the Godfather? Where's D-Lo?
Not on the list. Not on the list.
Okay, this list blows.
Yeah.
Where's Kong?
Not on the list, which is a huge omission. No
Dude,
awesome Kong.
Awesome Kong and Jacqueline are two of the they're like the two greatest black female wrestlers ever.
Yes.
This
And to
list was
put-
clearly made by somebody who's like 12.
To say Jazz and Sasha Banks over Jacqueline and Kong is fucking nuts, man.
Yeah. No
Where's,
Awesome Kong.
No New Jack?
No New Jack.
Jack is he's infamous.
He is.
New Jack that's a story you should dive into one day, Dev. That's a
Yes.
fun story to do.
No New Jack. No Too Cold Scorpio.
Do you think
It's
they put the Dark Side of the Ring for New Jack on YouTube?
It has to be by now.
All right, so we'll send it to you, Dev.
It's fantastic.
It's like 30 minutes. It's wonderful. It's wonderful content. You'll love it. You listen. You will
would
love
like
New Jack.
New Jack is black.
Oh
He
yeah,
is-
this is a
he
fucking
is-
Malcolm X of wrestlers.
Yeah, he is hood. Yo, just look at him.
Dude, he stabbed a guy for real.
Yes,
He really stabbed a man.
I'm gonna send you his promo he did at Smoky Mountain Wrestling, one of the whitest.
No,
wrestling companies.
don't send it to him. He needs to see in a context. He's got to watch the video.
Yes,
Wow, that's a crazy way to start the show. But here's the funny thing: it's instantly picked up my mood. So thank you.
yeah, no problem.
I wasn't feeling it. This is a great little icebreaker.
I figured you would like that.
Jazz?
Yes,
Really? Jazz?
yes.
Dude, that's terrible.
This is why Delvin didn't include you in this conversation, so it could be fresh for the podcast.
Correct.
He knew I wouldn't have enough to say about any of this shit, and we could just debate about The Rock being black. That was our
Exactly.
conversation.
Which we did
I'm
for like
what?
2 hours.
Jazz.
And then I showed him Saul Ruka. He flipped out.
I said, "Look, I'm sorry. That is not her daddy. The milkman is her daddy. I'm sorry. There is no black in that woman. She is a blonde chick. Period.
A
That is a
whole
white
Wait a
girl.
minute. Hey, whoa. Big E wasn't on the list?
He was number 11.
Okay. He should probably be higher.
I agree.
I couldn't tell you anything about Big E other than he was part of the New Day and got turned on. I don't know shit about
He
him.
was
You know
heavyweight champion twice, right?
Only once.
Once?
Yeah, once.
Yeah, he was heavyweight title.
Above my pay
And
grade.
he was an 11-time tag team champion?
So let me ask you this. Do you guys count The Rock as black?
Yeah. His dad's black, he's black.
After seeing his dad, I do now, but before,
So now-
absolutely the fuck not.
I-
But after
I-
Yeah, I didn't either, and it probably wouldn't.
I feel like...
Not to take anybody's heritage from him, but it's like when you see a whole family of Hawaiians and they start talking about Samoans, I'm like, okay, you don't get to do both.
That's what I said.
Fucking
feel
pick
like-
one, man.
I said you're one or the other, and if you say they're black, you get rid of the whole.
It's like fucking
Samoan
Tiger's about to
heritage,
walk
right?
out here looking like Yote or some shit. Like, okay.
I feel like, based off my situation, I have to count him as black.
We're about to get canceled.
Makes sense.
I'm about to get canceled.
Based on my situation, I have to
I was
count
totally
him as black.
with you, Donnie.
It's the
I was
race
like,
draft.
This dude is not black. I'm sorry. The
But
Rock
yes,
is not black.
but correct. Like I was
No.
telling Dev, he does not present as black, except on certain occasions. Like there are
He
certain
is not.
moments.
Look,
Like-
the Rock.
Dude, have you
Black is-
seen The Rock? Like, he's corny and
yeah, he's
as
not.
all hell. Like, he's not. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
People eat this shit up. He comes out and he does these dumbass things. He says these dumb things. Like, he's not what he used to be. And people just eat it up. The whole damn
The
Cody turn, he did this stupid tune. He's like, you look dumb as fuck.
He does.
What are you doing?
I will say this. I appreciate, as a black man, The Rock being the only black person to ever go on live TV and whip a white man with a belt and no have people cheer about it.
That's a really good joke. That's a really good joke. I like that a lot.
That's good. That's
Beating
good.
the shit out of Cody and be like, yeah, do it again. Like, whoa.
So the real question, not the question, but the fun challenge with this is that, like, are you ranking them like, because of course you're probably doing a little bit of both, but like, are you ranking them their accomplishments kayfabe, or are you ranking them their your favorites, what you think are best? Because if we're ranking,
Ringability.
yeah, if we're thinking, if I'm ranking my best, then Sasha goes way down the list, and up comes up the list. Like, seriously, Ron Simmons, The Godfather, D'Lo Brown, like, these are great wrestlers that like paved the way. And I would probably be a little bit lower. Like, Lashley is very impressive, But a lot of that's kayfabe. A lot of that's like they like the look, so they gave him the title runs. It's like if they gave Ron the title runs, he could be better. Like he'd be right there, you know.
See,
So a lot of that's opportunity.
The thing about Ron Simmons is because he was the first, he paved the way for
He really
a lot of these champions.
Always a bridesmaid, right? They put him with The Rock to get The Rock over. They get him in the acolytes, and they fucking got Bradshaw over. Like he's always everything around him always got over. They never gave him the run. They never gave him the rub.
WWE should have gave him the rub.
That's
WCW
bullshit.
did.
Yeah,
For a brief period of time. It was a great run. It's a great little small run. Mm-hmm. But yeah,
Awesome Kong is underappreciated, obviously, because
I agree.
The
Awesome
Godfather
Kong's
was literally great, like in the ring and out.
Godfather,
Godfather was fucking
multiple
hilarious.
He
characters.
was awesome. Multiple characters, not always the hoe train.
Played, yeah.
Yeah.
He did the whole was the testify and the what was the white shirt shit that they were doing, the
He was
Mormon
the
shit?
Godfather. He was the good father.
The good father.
He was
Yeah.
Kama,
It's good. Yeah, he was.
Wasn't he Papa Shango?
Papa
Yeah.
Shango. Yeah.
He's great.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
The whole New Day deserved like to be counted as one.
I agree.
And if you would count them as a faction or tag team, they probably number one.
Xavier Woods wasn't even in the list.
Yeah, if you count, like that's the sad part is you split them up and you're like trying to figure out where to rank them, but it's like, but they're a unit.
What?
They're an act. They are a single act, and as a single act, their greatness is like
They're like
right
outcasts.
up. They're up there with like the New Age Outlaws, like the greatest tag teams of like the Freebirds.
I honestly think the New Day is the greatest tag team of all time.
That's you can argue.
I think they're the greatest tag team.
Do
of
they
all time.
just count?
The
as a
Rock is
team
there,
because
then we're
it's
not
more
counting
than two?
Usos.
That's what. Look, I'm telling you, I was so confused.
We know their daddy
Totally
isn't black.
confused.
We didn't see their mama. We know their daddy ain't black, even though they be trying to get that off.
So who's their mama?
I don't know.
Ah.
Just because you like black women don't make you black. And
No, we
Usos,
didn't. Our truth
they
not
like
being on
black
the list
women.
is our truth not being on the list is criminal.
That is crazy.
Criminal. That man has been entertaining acts for like 3 decades.
Yes.
I had
NWA
never
champion.
even heard about it. I had never seen R-Truth until he was with Judgment Day. Until the
You don't
whole
know K
Judgment Day.
Quick?
K Quick.
Never heard.
Oh man, you missed it.
He was the NWA World Champion, the first NWA World Champion.
What was that tag
Black World
team he
Champion.
used to be in? What was that called?
NWA. Really?
Yeah. Truth and Consequences.
No.
That's the one he had with Austin Creed. He was in a couple of groups.
Dude, he was great. He is great. Not just what, he is great.
Oh, he's hilarious.
That's the thing is he has
amazing.
he's done it all.
And he knows how to adapt. Like he can be serious if need to be.
And he
Gets everybody
like
to break character. He can rap his ass off.
Yeah.
like Cena, he's one of the few folks that have the ability to you can hand him a microphone and he can go entertain for 20 minutes.
Correct.
There's very few people in the last 2 decades that can do that, and he's been able to do it the whole time.
That's probably why I stopped watching wrestling. Everybody was boring. Like it just wasn't as fun to listen to them talk, and their names sucked.
Yeah.
So
3 Live Crew.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
that sounds like a really, really special
Oh
time.
man.
That's when Road Dogg was trying to be black.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh God, Road Dogg was in that.
with Conan.
Yeah. Road Dogg was
And our
100%
truth.
Road Dogg was 100% trying to be black for a period of time.
They were great.
I believe that. I can totally see that.
Our Truth, TNA Our Truth was something else, man.
Yeah, he was great. He was
He
great.
really was. And still is. He is great. He also they shouldn't like I don't think he's top of the card like guy, but for all the people that they have put the belt on as like a transitional champ, they should have given him a chance.
He should have one championship run.
Yeah, he should have touched
One
it.
title one.
He should have got it like in a Royal Rumble or some weird thing where he got it and then he lost. Right, and they make a story out of it. That's the thing I love about him is he's introduced like every new weird gimmick belt. They always throw him in these terrible gimmicks, and what does he do every single time?
He work.
Gets them over. He got over the
24/7 belt.
well, not that, definitely that, but Judgment Day. He got the Judgment Day over.
He did.
They were kind of like fledgling around, and Ryu was Ryu, and then they put him in it, and their merch went off the freaking chain. Everybody wanted to be Judgment Day.
That's true.
Yep.
Interesting.
He's a national treasure.
He's great. Fantastic.
Yeah, he's a, like Hall of Famer. He'll go in, and that's the crazy thing about your list, is they didn't even put him on the list, and like he is a Hall of Famer. We will watch him be inducted into the Hall of Fame before 90% of the people you just read.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like he's a first ballot. Like when he came, he's automatically going in.
Yeah.
So basically, what we're saying is BET, you're fucking up.
Yeah,
pretty much.
It's a shitty list. But video games, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know what those are.
Is anybody still here? Like,
Well,
I don't know if they're still here.
You know the people are here for our nonsense. They like
like
John said, don't even talk
Ocho.
about video games. The Ocho.
The Ocho.
So Donnie, you said you've had a week. Do you care to discuss?
Not really. It's not all that serious. It's just been a stressful week at work. I got a lot of things going on. They're like big picture stuff, inner squabbles, political fights, things I really hate about my job, and it's just been my job like the whole week.
Yeah.
So I'm tired, and that's just it. I'm just kind of tired. I feel better after that conversation. I really do, because coming into this, I just had like the lowest of energies. So you pep me up a little bit.
Excellent. I'm glad.
So it's like the Breakfast Club right now. You're like just hilarious. Dev only gets that reference.
You know he don't know what the hell we're talking about.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
That's why I said it. That's what makes it even better.
There's my lovely wife.
Hey, Mel. So yeah, I feel you on the whole job thing, because mine is going through a lot of the same shenanigans. My boss left and has left a serious wake in her path. So we'll see how things pan out on the other side. So
Yeah.
I feel you on that. Have you played anything at all that's given you any joy?
I played a bunch of stuff, actually.
I don't
know how much joy I'm getting. I've definitely been playing some video games. I played Tell Your Yumiya on Switch, and I'll look forward to talking about that on Shack.
The greatest game of all time.
Spoilers. It's pretty bad it's rough on Switch. It's not bad. It's just rough on Switch.
Isn't it like the only place is that?
No, it's on everything. It literally is on everything, yeah. But because it was in the Direct and stuff, I think people only think it's a Switch game.
Yeah, I thought it was a Switch game. Like, oh.
It's literally on everything. And on PC and PlayStation and Steam Deck, it looks really nice. On Switch, it's like on Switch, it's definitely playable. Like, it's definitely playable. I've played games like it. It reminds me a lot of like what Xenoblade 2 looked like and stuff, which is like not great, but like if you wanted to play it, you can. Here's my big issue with it is that the cutscenes are choppy and are like they're choppy at times. They seem like they skip at times, and like the audio gets out of sync at times. So it's ruining like any of the story bits that are motivating me doing any of these things. And like for that reason alone, I might have to wait on Switch 2 for it. I might have to wait for a new console.
Can't be having choppy boobies. That's no good.
Yeah, it's a little rough. So I'm playing that. Still playing Donkey Kong. We should shout out that last week on our episode, we went on and on and on about how the next Xboxes will be full of fucking AI and Microsoft AI and Copilot, and the fuck if we didn't wake up to the news that Xbox was like, Copilot for X. I was like, oh my fucking God.
Yep.
So I chucked my Xbox to GameStop. I was like, I'm so done. It's been a long time coming. It's been a death of like 1,000 paper cuts, right? Yeah. It's like I've been on this ride and this train with them, and I've been trying to give them the benefit of the doubt with every decision they've made for like the last 2.5 years. And I'm just on the opposite. Like everything they're doing, I would not do that. But that's the path they're on, and that's fine. And I'm not like done with the company or anything like that. I have a PC. I have an Xbox. I have multiple Xboxes.
Yeah.
So I just didn't need that console Xbox. And I want no part of any of that AI bullshit nonsense. You can leave all that shit off of all of my consoles. I hate that I hate that these companies are just putting this stuff on our devices like against our will. like we don't have an option, and they're like, well, it's here. It's like, man, go fuck yourself. I don't want any of this.
Yeah. That is the correct answer.
So
go fuck yourself.
There was a lot of people, there are people out there who are pretty excited for it.
Why?
They think it's going to be good.
They're lying to themselves.
Because they want Copilot to just hand them all the answers to all the questions. They don't
You know what
want
is
them to
funny?
figure it out.
It's essentially like the PlayStation cards.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing. It's like you can ask it to give you a tip. But one of the funny things was, like in their little blog post, like their picture that they're sharing, it was like a picture of a person being like, "Hey, catch me up on the story. Like, tell me like where I left off on the recap." And like and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'll eat these words when it comes out. Somebody, you can let me know. But when I thought that, all I saw was like when you go to Google or Bing something and you get that stupid AI banner at the top and it gives you like that summary of what it is. I was like, that's what it's going to give you.
1000%.
And then these people, I think, seem to think that it's going to like read your save file and tell you exactly where you left off and give you context of characters. And so I'm like, maybe it can do that, but I'm almost positive it's not going to do that.
They want that Psycho Mantis from Metal Gear Solid.
Kind of, yeah.
You like Castlevania, don't you?
Yeah. I was like, I don't think that's it. Maybe it is. I don't think that's it.
Shut the fuck up, Psycho Mantis.
So, for example, I think it was Age of Empires, because we were talking about this in the chat when I was going on and on about how much I hate this, and people were like, "I think it's gonna be kind of cool. You can do this." So I went to Copilot, and I said, "Hey, I'm thinking about playing Age of Empires. Can you catch me up on the story?" And it gave me 2 paragraphs about how you could buy the definitive edition, the collector's edition, or something for a certain price, and like the game was made in 1990. I was like, "This is what it's going to be."
Who in our community said, I think it's going to be pretty cool?
I'm not going to call people out.
I want
I'm
to
not gonna call
save
people
them.
out like that.
DM me their name.
Look, I'm pretty sure.
But
I will go look in the
we
goddamn
don't want
chat.
this. We don't want this.
yeah, I really don't. And it was just like I said, it's just everything that they've done. It's the open hardware, the shift in strategy, the exclusive, the whole thing. I was like, and look, it's
It was
it's
John
not
32. He outed himself.
John 32, you piece of shit.
it's
What's wrong
not
with you?
it's not again, it's not like I hate them and I'm done. Like it's again, I'm doing what they're telling us to do. Everything's an Xbox, so I don't need that one.
Yep.
So I pulled up my Gears Xbox One because I had to make sure that like Rock Band and all my DLC would work, my guitar would work, so I can keep that around. And yeah, it all does. It all works. So I'm kicking it old school. I'm with last gen. I'm like the Fortnite and Call of Duty kids that won't upgrade. I've moved backwards.
You and Delvin, y'all just heading back. Y'all like,
They talk-
we're just gonna pack it up and go back to the good times.
I mean, I don't need a new console because the only reason I had it was Rock Band and Fable and like back compat, right? Well, my old console did that. You know, like I don't need a new console to do that. I can play Fable 2 on my Xbox One just fine. So, you know.
I'm going to look at this lineup.
So I pulled that. And then because I did that, I was up in Jack's room and he was playing his Xbox and we were just talking and I was like, hey, where's that Steam Deck? And he pulled the Steam Deck out of his drawer and it was dead and covered in dust.
Layer of dust.
It's exactly what it was. And I was like, when's the last time you played this? He was like, I don't know, like Thanksgiving. And I was like, all right, I'm going to take this back. You know, this kid orchestrated. He was like, so what do I get? I was like, you get me not throwing you into the floor.
You
Deals with Jack,
get the
baby.
fucking live.
Look, he's you.
He is. So I gave him a pair of my headphones that I don't ever use. I had like these,
Were they
I forget what
Beats?
they're called. They're like that. I don't know what they're called. The Soundcore.
They're meats.
No, they're not like that. No, they're
Them
good
fake-ass
headphones.
Beats.
They're not fake Beats. They're good headphones. Hang on.
You can't
I
put
don't believe you.
some fake beats for a Steam Deck.
I'll tell you what they are. They're a brand
Some
that I like.
Raycons.
That is not what they. Oh, it's their Anchor. Their Anchor's headphones,
Anchor.
which I have
He makes all the power stuff.
Yeah, they have a whole line of
Power
headphones.
Blicks.
Okay.
So they are like their Anchor's version of like the iPod Maxes. Like they're over the ear headphones, noise cancellation, and all that.
Let me
They're
look at
nice.
these. Let me look
They're
at
nice.
these things.
I have the earbuds. Like I'm an earbud person, so I was like, here, you can have these.
Stand earbuds. I need cans.
I love earbuds.
I can't do buds anymore.
The fun part is that they're They're called the Anchor. They're called the Soundcore Space One.
Encore. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm looking at those right now. Yeah.
Did
The
Jack
fun
get
part about
yours?
it, since I gave it to him, he hasn't taken them off.
That's good.
good.
He's just been doing nothing but music and everything since then. So we've had a lot of fun. He's been asking me a bunch of bands and a bunch of different music to listen to. He's trying to find new music and stuff. I guess he's at that perfect age where he's finding his sound.
Okay.
So it's been a lot of fun. But in the meantime, when I wasn't playing on the Switch, I've been dabbling with the Steam Deck. I wiped it and set it all up, and Garrett sent me some videos on how to install all the hacker plugins and stuff, and I put Wind Waker on it. And last night I played Homefront for 2 hours.
Oh,
Damn.
So I
My
love that
son-
game.
Johnny he loves that Wayback Machine.
Yeah.
my
Internet
son's been playing
Archive.
Steam Deck like crazy. He loves it.
He's been playing what, Red Dead Revolver?
Yeah, that's what he's playing right
Nice.
now. He was
Nice.
playing what's the game I like a lot? I love the military game that I always talk about. Damn, I can't remember the name of it right now.
Call of Duty.
30,000 of those. No.
Battlefield.
You're talking about
Bad Company.
Black Ops The Line?
Yes.
Okay.
He just finally beat that one. And he
Is
loves
he okay?
it.
Is he all right?
Yeah.
He's good?
He loves it. He's like, it's fantastic. He says it's one of the best games he ever played.
I mean, I don't know. It is very good.
Yeah, it's good. I love
It's a great game. So
I looked up
That's
this
it, man.
lineup, by the way.
tinkering.
Yes.
Yeah, so speaking of music, this Bonnaroo lineup.
Oh, what is that about?
We
So
got a question.
from Slally asking about. He said, I enjoy when you guys talk music, so I'm requesting you guys deliberate the Bonnaroo 2025 lineup. I only ask because there's one artist on Thursday that Donnie will get a kick out of. I don't know if he means the insane clown posse. Those are your
I
people.
think that's what he means.
That'd be my people.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're there. Let's see here. We got Marcus King. It's not bad.
I don't know who most of these motherfuckers are. I have no idea. I know Tyler the Creator and Olivia Rodrigo and Avril
Yes.
Lavigne.
Avril Lavigne.
You know, Nelly.
I'm assuming
Nelly.
Glorilla.
Nelly's been demoted to lower thirds now.
Yeah.
He didn't even
As
get the
he
big
should be.
fun anymore.
Yeah.
He shouldn't.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know half of these bands. Not even half. I don't know the majority of these bands.
I know about close to half.
Hello,
Let me
fellow
go.
kids.
Avril Lavigne.
It's always
Rodrigo.
Delvin. Hi,
Look at
fellow
my son.
kids.
This is my son and daughter's generation. This is their music. So this is all they listen to in the car. This type
Right.
of shit.
My favorite
first of
band
all,
out
it's
on
your
this
car.
list.
Fuck 'em.
I listen
It
to
probably
podcasts.
is actually the Insane Clown Posse, but I'll throw shout outs to Queens of the Stone Age are great. I have seen them. They're excellent. And a band I have not seen that I want to see would be Modest Mouse, and they play on Saturday. So you go, Slally. Make sure you are there for Modest Mouse because they're excellent.
Tyler the Creator.
Yeah, that's about it. That's all.
Tyler
I got.
Creator. Glorilla is dope. She can rap.
No,
Who's on the-
Avril Lavigne isn't in his generation. The Temptations are in his generation.
Who, my son?
I mean, he doesn't get all 8 generations. It's not his
Yeah.
life isn't a generation as
Yes,
much
it
as he
is.
wants to make you believe it is.
Avril
Black
Lavigne's
people,
not my
like,
generation.
we just keep going. We're good.
Nelly is.
We just accept all.
He's
I'm
trying
not
to. He's like Michael and Madonna are his generation, but so is Nelly and SpongeBob. But so is no,
Goddamn
it's not.
right.
So is The Last of Us. No, you don't get it all.
Look here.
How it works.
Look here.
He's a
Look
vampire.
No, it's not how it works. It's actually
It is.
how it doesn't work.
He's a vampire.
Look
He
here.
gets to claim it all.
We are skipping over
That
an
might be
important-
true.
We are skipping over an important name on this list because I want to
Are
know
we?
who the fuck this is. Mannequin Pussy. Who is this group?
I was waiting for you to.
Yeah,
find that one on
we
there.
just knew. You knew that was going to happen.
I just saw it. Like, oh, we need to find out who this group is.
Yeah,
oh,
I wonder
JPEG
why you saw it. You didn't call it any other name but that one. I wonder
Right.
why.
That's
JPEG
the one
Mafia.
that-
They're actually great.
Immediately hit his eyes. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
and you couldn't pay me to go to this concert on any of the days.
Now, none of these groups, they would make me go. Okay.
No, thank you, friend.
Rainbow Kitten Surprise.
Don't yell out another name like you didn't mean to say the first one. We know. Don't try that.
I meant to say the first
Your
one. I meant to say
tricks
this one too.
aren't. No, you didn't. These tricks don't work for us. Please stop. You embarrass
The
yourself.
name- Rainbow Kitten
There's a
Surprise.
group called
Good name.
AT Aliens. That should be illegal. You
Yeah,
shouldn't
no,
be able to
that's a
call
thing.
yourself that. That's not
Yeah,
cool.
that's a thing.
That's some bullshit.
I'm looking at some other groups. Great names on here.
You can keep trying, but we're not. You're not getting away with that.
I think we're done here.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
It's kind of a, I don't want to say a mid lineup, but
It's a young
every
lineup.
day has like 2 acts. What they need to do is condense all of that into one good day.
No, then you won't get all the money.
Right, but that's why I wouldn't, like, if I'm looking at that lineup, that's why I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go because there's not enough for me to go all day.
But
Can
they
I
don't
get
want you. You're old.
the Saturday ticket for like $1?
Yeah,
This
there's not one day's worth of content to go to.
I am happy that this moment has finally happened. Gentlemen, this is what old looks like. When
No,
you're
it's
like, who
not.
the fuck? Yes, it is. This is a young people show. This is not for us.
Well, of course.
It
Well, no,
always happens,
duh.
because there's always going to be, even when you're young, there's some concert that's like this that ain't for y'all. So
This
Yeah.
ain't for us.
That's
This
true.
has-
This is in our group.
Like, my wife sent me
Oh, insane clown posse like
listen,
40 years old.
my wife
That
sent
group
me
is 40 years
the Shaky Knees lineup, which I'm going to post in the chat.
Shaky knees. That sounds like an old.
This lineup is way better because every
Here it
day has at least
Who is
3
it?
or 4 bands worth seeing. At
The
least.
Four Tops.
That's the problem. The problem is
Temptations.
but for people, for who though? Because
not for everybody, of course. Like, I'm not saying you're
My
going to
Chemical
go.
Romance.
not
Like
for
them.
me.
No. Cage the Elephant, the Black Keys, Public Enemy. These are good bands. You
Okay,
could
I
go
like
see.
My Chemical
You could
Romance.
watch all day.
Lenny Kravitz.
You could see the Deftones, Lenny
Yeah, it's got
Kravitz,
your mannequin
Sublime.
pussy there.
Huh?
It's got his mannequin pussy. They're there.
They're there.
See?
See, they've picked
Legends.
out a good one.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. You couldn't pay me to go to this concert either. Like this.
Weird Al's there.
there's
Oh, I
nothing
might
here
come here
me.
for that.
I want to go on Friday just to see the Pixies, but I would stay to see Lenny Kravitz, Sublime, and the Deftones. So
like
that's
Lenny
the
Kravitz.
thing. You need a band that you want to go to, but bands you'll stick around for.
I want to see My Chemical Romance.
What even is this podcast?
We're just going through band lineups.
Whatever we want it to be.
We're just like shitting on different music festivals.
Yes.
Even I like this lineup.
Yeah.
Every day is a good day.
This lineup sucks.
No, it's good. You have Blink 182, the Alabama Shakes, Wet Leg, and the Four Non Blondes, and Franz Ferdinand.
Sally says it. These lineup bookers know what they're doing. I'll be camping there Wednesday through Sunday. See? This is not for us.
That's a whole
We're
lot of
not the
mid.
only-
There
Sally.
is this other thing that Donnie posted. This shaky
Nah,
knees.
this is for me. This is good stuff.
That shit.
This is
All
good.
these,
outta
all
here.
these groups on the shaky knees are all on shaky knees because they are on Medicaid. They're all old.
That's not true. It's not true.
Lenny Kravitz is like 100. He just
That you
looks
said
young.
all of them. You not just one. Of course, Lenny Kravitz, but it's not all of them.
They're all old.
Damn.
Old people. Senior citizens lineup. My Chemical Romance is old.
Well, you'll fit right in.
I know. That's why I said I want to go see them. I'm like, yeah, I'll see them.
Let me find this class.
This man went to a Michael Jackson fake concert
Yeah.
and Boys to Men.
And it was, hey,
It's really men to grandpa.
yeah. I
Isn't it
admit
like 3 out of 4? Aren't they
accept-
missing a member now?
I accept that he.
It's like a
kicked him out the
trio.
group. They kicked him out the group. They're like, we don't want your old ass no more.
This is a boy to men.
Go check out this lineup. You tell me this is for me.
Now where's it at?
I just put it in the chat.
Did you?
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't see shit.
Now
Oh,
there
there
it
it
is.
is.
We're on a delay. What is
Okay.
this? The Roots
Oh, the Roots
Experience.
Picnic.
Oh yeah, no, this is great. I would do this.
this is the
Bone
lineup.
Thugs, Lil
But this
Kim,
is- but
Redman,
this is-
fucking yeah, let's do
But
it.
this is the old ass lineup too.
This is an old ass
It's an
lineup
old
for
ass
100%.
This is the class of
100%.
98.
Class of '95. Yes,
Yeah,
it is old.
I'm all about it though.
But this is a great lineup.
This is back when
now we're
fucking
talking.
the rap was awesome.
One of Mob Deep.
I miss these
just
days.
Mob.
Just Havoc. It's Mob Deep. Just one.
Just Mob. No Deep. Rest in peace, P. But yeah, we're like we can't have both.
But now that's a lineup.
That's a great lineup.
This other stuff.
Redman, Method Man, Bone Thug. It ain't gonna be all the Bone Thugs. Some of them niggas don't like each other. DJ Quick, Raekwon, E40, Goody Mob, The Roots. Ooh, that's a good lineup.
It's a good one.
Yeah, I'm going to that actually. That was my wife's Christmas gift. So
Hollywood
Enjoy.
Bowl.
Yeah, June 8th. It's
Yeah.
gonna be great.
I don't have to have someone who loves me much to buy me those tickets. They'll buy me like.
I mean, it'd be the tickets and then also a plane ticket because you got to come to Cali.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lay some serious pipe to get those tickets.
Yeah.
Put it in work.
Speaking of putting in work, Delvin, how's your week been?
It's been good. It's been all right. I had a one good
Right.
moment, but I can't mention that moment on here because motherfuckers started looking in my pockets. So fuck that, nigga, you dick.
I already told you. Let me hold something.
Yeah.
I
Spread the joy.
No,
Like,
fuck
you
that.
were blessed. Now you can bless your friend.
I will start getting phone calls.
Listen. You don't even have to buy it. What you can do is you can send your PS5 Pro to a friend. And then you can buy the anniversary PS5 Pro as a gift to yourself.
Are those still available?
With the amount of money you
Yes.
have, yes, they are.
They are available for you.
They're not available for dev. They're not available
for
for
me.
dev.
For some people.
Hide your money, y'all. There's poor people around. But for you, Delvin, that's available. It is in stock.
I did have a funny situation happen to me today. I was walking into my local Walgreens, and as there usually is in Miami,
Here we go again.
there's a crackhead sitting there
Runs
some
the store.
change. Well, that too. that's a whole other thing. But there's two crackheads in front of Walgreens.
Why is it got to be crack?
I don't know why I speak out of
I
crack.
thought we
It's
were doing
Miami.
like fentanyl or something. And then haven't we moved on from crack? Crack's still a thing?
Not in Miami.
Nah.
We're still in the crack. So
Wouldn't it be cocaine in Miami?
they can't afford cocaine.
Gotcha.
So there was a white crackhead and a black woman crackhead. I did not see the black woman crackhead until I started walking in the store. So the white crackhead walked to me and asked me for $1.
The white crackhead.
So I said, okay,
White crackhead. Wow.
here's $1. As I walk in the store,
Done fucked up, Ron.
yep, the black crackhead woman.
Don't
Also
feed the
asked for
trolls,
$1.
man. Don't, like,
So now I'm like, I cannot not give the black woman $1.
Delvin said, listen, here's $5.
Yeah. I gotta step my game up for you. I'm sorry. Man.
It was like that.
There's a few more dollars. My bad.
It kind of was like that. Like, here's $3.
Wow. Hey, you know, we're gonna call that equity.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. I can't, it's 2025. They ain't doing us right. He goes $3.
Here's three. Here's some equity for you. I'm sorry.
Here's reparations.
Wow.
No American is going to give it to you, so I will. I got to fix America's problems.
One crackhead at a time.
Yeah.
Delvin Cox experience fixing America, one crackhead.
Man of the people.
Yeah. I immediately saw that like, oh, I have to give her money now.
You just felt instant guilt.
Yeah, it's the like I have to give her
When
money now.
you got it flowing like Delvin, why not, right?
I mean, yeah, what's $3?
Yeah, I was like, look.
Pennies, change.
I can't give the white crackhead $1 and not give the black crackhead woman $1 at least. Well, I have to give her more.
Right, but you didn't give her one. You gave her more.
Yes.
So what does that say about you and the white crackhead relationship?
Well,
Again,
that's his problem.
This is equity. We're making sure that all parts are equal because that white dollar is worth more than that $3 black. You know,
That is correct.
Not when both are crackheads, though. It doesn't. Like, that's not how that works. That's not equity. That's an advantage.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, a white crackhead is probably more advantageous than being a black crackhead.
Might be.
Maybe
I'm
so.
saying, think about it. More than
We'll have
likely,
to
you're gonna
ask The Rock.
You know what? That is a great person to ask. You have to ask him. What's your plan for America when it comes to the crackheads?
Which rock we gonna ask him? We asking the Samoan one or the black one? Yeah, it depends on which month it is. If it's February, he's black.
Is it like LeBron? Does it change by outfit?
Change by outfit and month.
Outfit a month for sure.
Yes. If it's February, he come out the Little Wayne, the block.
Any means necessary.
He's showing his dad on TV and all that shit. But if it's WrestleMania season, it was April. We getting that Samoa motherfucker who's
Oh, yeah,
showing
he comes out with damn Ulafala and shit.
The family tree. no Negro inside of that.
We get this montage of him growing up on the beaches of Honolulu.
He put out a whole family tree. His dad is nowhere on that bitch.
Wow.
I just thought about that. He put out a whole motherfucking family tree, showed the world all these fucking
His dad was on
Samoans.
it. He was on there.
It was like in the corner.
Yeah, he was on there.
That was
fairly
like
certain.
written in pencil, like as an afterthought.
It was light. It was lightly drawn in.
Just lightly. An asterisk. Like, not
Oh, yeah,
Samoan.
this dude too. Not part of the bloodline.
It was people on there who ain't even related to the Rock Parade.
Wrestling really derails this show.
It does.
It does.
In a great
Oh my
way.
God.
In a great way.
My disdain and y'all's excitement and nonsense is.
But we got to add you in on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
I showed him
Actually,
Soul
bro,
Ruka. He was like, that is a white woman, Delvin. I'm
Ooh,
like,
sorry.
no, she's not.
That is a white woman. No, she's white. That is not her daddy. I refuse to believe it.
It was great.
No.
And her daddy's like in a band. He's like super black. He got like a band.
Like
Dreads and
Funkadelic.
all.
He's got dreads and everything, but he's super light skinned and his soul has none of his features, not a one.
Not a
So
one.
I refuse, and she looks just like her mama. So I refuse to believe.
Dev does speak for the black delegation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is in Ontario, California.
Yes.
Ain't no black folks out there. All right.
We found out she was black because this was a couple years ago. Because when WWE used to
They
celebrate
made it
black,
out, Dev.
when WWE used to celebrate Black History Month a few years back, but they stopped now. They put out a whole poster of all their black athletes, and here's her white ass right there in the middle of the poster. Like, hold up. People like, hold up, fam. Hold up. Wait,
Let's
one
start put-
goddamn
let's
minute right there.
They'll start putting Cody in those montages.
They probably are. Wait, one goddamn minute, Rondell.
Hold on a goddamn minute, Rondell.
We didn't trade for her. And she had to come on Twitter like that. I am black. My dad's black, and he had to show the picture and all that stuff.
That's her stepdad. All right, he married her mom. That's not her, that is not her biological father.
That's like Han
I
from Fast and
refuse to believe
Furious.
it. Mm-hmm. It's nonsense. Not no. I'm sorry. No, that's a white woman.
Wow.
No, we
She
do
looks like
not.
Charlotte
black
Flair.
delegation. Yeah, and, bruh. She got no lips. She tans well. That's about it.
She looks like a young
Good.
Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, the black delegation.
Better than looking like an old Charlotte Flair.
Well, that's yeah.
There is that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, did you play any games? Did you go in your Wayback Machine and play
Absolutely
Nintendo?
not. I haven't played a motherfucking thing. I've been working like a slave in a china shop. Do slaves work in china shops? Probably not.
I mean,
That's a bull in the china shop, isn't it?
but that's destruction, not like working hard.
Well, I just drove some shit too.
It's
Sort of
probably
bunch.
more like a Chinese sweatshop. That probably would have been more apt.
That might be offensive.
It is offensive. It's most definitely offensive, and we're probably going to get canceled. But it
And
is
the
what it
fact
is.
that you immediately just went to slave.
Well,
Like, didn't stop
well,
you in any way. but
well, I am black.
Yeah, I mean, it's-
we knew a time of
oh Lord of mercy. So Delvin's
also-
just been working his ass off. All right.
Captain Awesome says we need a second part of what race are video game characters.
you'd have to
Scorpio is-
submit. You'd have to submit characters for the racial draft. And
That is
we'll have a
correct.
draft.
That's how that works.
Seems
We'll have
like
a race
Scorpio
draft.
is white, right? What you
I'll
asking us?
vote. I'll vote for the white delegation. Dev will get the black delegation, and Delvin will be the Polynesian. Apparently, like he's like in that rock side of the family.
Yeah.
Samoan delegation.
Dominican, Samoans, Pacific Islanders. He's got all of that.
Oh, I like the Islander. Like, yeah, he's just the islands delegation.
Will be the rock. I can selectively choose black.
We're asking ourselves the same thing. We're an hour into this and still going. Like, it's a real. It's
I told you this is the best episode.
getting canceled real fast.
Oh man.
The Ocho rock with us because we're rocking with them, and yeah.
That's it.
I played Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Ass Creed. How was it?
Ass Creed. Yeah. I streamed
Is it
it. I watched
83%
that.
good?
It is. Well, I mean, I played an hour, and of that hour, I had a good time. It was cool. The story seems right up my fucking alley. The combat actually feels good. Like Naoe and Yasuke feel completely different. Like in the way they move, the way they feel, the way they fight. Like they did a really good job. Like actually making them play different. Yeah, we got there eventually, Sean.
An hour
You know
in.
what it is.
We need to put like a time marker or something in the notes. Like if you want video games, just go
Just start.
go to an
Go
hour.
somewhere else. Go to Nintendo
If
Shop.
you want video games, go to youtube.com/carpoolgaming. Like, I think I've been told they've got that for you. We don't do that here.
Donnie, has your skin always been that way? What you mean, black? Yeah, Donnie's always been black.
What is that? What?
He's always been black. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's wrong with my skin?
He's Soruka.
Yeah, he's so rookie. He's just a light skin. He's a really light skinned black dude.
I was going to say I tan well. That's what I was going to say. That's what I tell people.
Soruka.
I got the melanin, you know.
So yeah, Assassin's Creed Shadows is fun. I'm enjoying it. I'll be playing it again tonight. I'll probably also stream it. My stream was very shaky last night. I found out that to get into some really nerdy shit, the capture card and the M.2 are on the same PCI lane, so it just messed up a lot of stuff.
Huh?
Fixed that.
Oh.
So my stream should be better now. That's
Sure.
for you, though.
You should put him in the express lane.
It is
Yeah.
an express lane. It's PCI Express.
I had to
But-
fight with my computer this week.
Did you win?
Fun.
I did eventually. My
It's here.
Alienware, the command center, or whatever, whatnot. Like I noticed, like I looked at my computer, I was like, why is it blue? I never set it to be blue. And I tried to open it, and the program that you change the colors with would crash just constantly.
Oh,
And like I updated everything, and I went and downloaded the new driver, and the new command center, and that didn't work. And I went to Reddit. I spent hours trying to figure out how to make my computer purple again. And literally, while I was doing it, I was like, "This is a waste of time. I should just turn it off and just keep moving on, like in life." But I didn't. And so it's purple again. I fixed it, but it took a while.
Blue Lives Matter, Donnie.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He is on one today.
He's on
He really
fire.
is, man.
I love it. But that, like Sean said, that has your skin always been that way is a question that they asked Yasuke in the game.
Oh, okay.
That's a
Gotcha.
question they asked him?
I was like, what the Sean watched the stream and he saw, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. They really just asked him that. I was shocked.
Is that a problem?
Has your skin
I don't get it.
always been that way? It's just like because they had never seen a black person before.
That's what I'm
so
saying. Like that would make sense,
Yeah.
right? If it's like a primitive people, yeah.
It's just like it was just a shocker to hear that. Like, what? I
No.
can just change my skin and be black? Like,
That's a
has your
wild
skin
question.
always been that way? That's not how people work, sir. Like, come on. But yeah, it was
I'm
hilarious.
sure that's
I'm
how
excited.
people work. Actually, I think that's like very realistic.
That your skin color just changes.
No, not that. No, but like just the question almost applaud Ubisoft for even like doing it. It's just like, yeah, well,
It does.
because I could see it. Hell, I
you
could see
usually
that
did.
shit here in Georgia, not let alone, whatever century this is supposed to be.
Yeah. But that shit was
1985.
hilarious. But yes, I do have a streaming PC and a gaming PC, Sean, to answer your question. But the game is fun. I like the way it feels. It looks really good. The story so far seems very. There's a lot of moving pieces, a lot of layers. Like you do so much back and forth time travel just in that first hour. Like 2 years ago, a month ago, 6 months ago, yesterday.
Oh.
And you jump all over the place with just Naoe alone. With Yasuke, it's looking like him showing up to Japan, and then like years later when he's already Nobunaga's like bodyguard or whatnot.
Oh,
But Naoe,
okay.
you're like all over the place, and that's just within like the first hour.
Interesting.
But yeah, it's dope. So far I'm having a good time. I'm planning on playing
Is the
a good deal more of this.
is the game linear at the beginning, or is it like just open from the gates?
It's in the beginning parts is linear because it's tutorial. That
Okay.
they're teaching you how to fight with Yasuke, and then when they switch to Naoe, they're teaching you how to fight with her. So it's basically just like that first hour's tutorial.
Okay.
The way the animus system opens up though is pretty dope. Like the way the game starts and kind of explains the animus and how all that's working is dope. And then when you load up the game, it's like every Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah.
So you have shadows, and then you go up, and it's Odyssey. It's based on time order. So you can just scroll through all the games, and it has the ability to launch them. So I don't know if you
that's an Assassin's Creed Infinite thing
started.
they've been talking about for years.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. That is
cool.
Pretty cool. I was very, very impressed by that. So that was really cool.
Okay,
So,
I like that.
I'm excited to dive back into that some more, play some more of it. I'll stream it as I'm going through, so you can see my ridiculous ass reactions and nonsense that I say to the game, because there's nobody really in the chat. Thank you for those of you that actually showed up at 2 a.m. Y'all should be asleep.
Nah.
Like, D-Life, why are you awake at 2 a.m.? Go to bed. Like, seriously, your son, Delvin Jr., was up. Like, I'm playing Red Dead Revolver. Now I'm going to come to your stream at 3 a.m.
Straight up snitched on him.
Yeah.
Ratted on him.
Look, that's what Uncle Dev is going to do, all right?
Goddamn right.
You're going to throw family under the bus from time to time. Go to
Damn.
bed, sir.
Take your ass to bed. Then he don't want to wake up in the morning. Like he's an alcoholic. Yo, get your ass the fuck up.
But yeah, I'm having a good time. So I'll be getting back into that. We're going to leave Yara for a while. It can liberate itself. It'll be there when I get back.
It'll just have more bad guys they'll be back. They'll taken more territory.
Yeah.
And that works for me, because
war never changes.
Just shooting the head. War never changes. Sure. All right. I guess we can get into the news now, Donnie.
Sure. Yep.
Hey, Donnie, said the way you move on the internet. Now read that news.
Thank you, Sean Capri. Oh, let's see here. I don't even remember writing half of this stuff. Game Pass updates. 33 Immortals is out today. Myth Wrecked, whatever that is, comes out on the 20th.
Should have been MILF Wrecked.
Now we're talking. The Blizzard Arcade Collection on the 25th. Atom Fall on the 27th. Octopath Traveler on the 19th. Train Sim World 5 on the 19th. Leaving Game Pass by the end of the month is MLB The Show 24. Several of the Yakuza games, like 5 of them. I didn't write them all down. Monster Hunter Rise and Open Worlds. So if you wanted to play any of those, your time is ticking.
You want to get people more on Game Pass, get that MILF Wreck on there.
MILF Wrecker.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Speaking of Ubisoft has partnered with Canada on online harassment protections. They've advised staff not to disclose that they work for Ubisoft or to share anything about Assassin's Creed Shadows Online. They've partnered with Canada's Communications Security Establishment, Canada's National Cryptologic Agency. A dedicated unit will closely monitor messages posted by users online and social media, like X and Reddit and YouTube, and they are ready to react if anyone attempts to harass Ubisoft employees. Targeted employees will be offered psychological and legal support.
I'm moving again.
So troll wisely. Might fuck around and get sued.
Yeah.
Damn Canadians will come after you. Come get you.
Can the Canadians roll this out to everybody? Like, can we just go ahead and extend that to us?
Maybe if we weren't like pissing them off at every turn, like turning our backs on them, like maybe they would, but I don't think
Maybe
so.
if we weren't trying to make them the 51st goddamn
Right, if
state,
we weren't like such an ass to them right now, maybe, Dev. I don't know.
maybe they'd help us.
Shadows did release. It has 81 on Meta and OpenCritic. Last I guess I checked, and it's interesting with the Assassin's Creed thing, because not that I've not read a single review or even watched one. No, that's not true. I watched Sean's. I listened to Sean today while I was eating lunch. I listened to his podcast on it. So I've watched one. He likes it a lot. But I've seen like some headlines, and then really I've just seen a lot of people's reactions.
Mm-hmm.
Like on Blue Sky and stuff as I scroll by. Everything that I'm seeing, which admittedly is a small sample, is like really, really positive. I've seen so many people are like, this is the best Assassin's Creed game in 15 years and stuff. So like to see the review scores not be higher, I thought was a little strange. Again, I didn't go into it. So
Black Flag.
I mean, I think I've seen people say it's better than everyone. I think I've seen like a tweet of it's better than X. I think I've seen all of them. So it seems like people really like it. Maybe it's a people versus reviewers thing. Not that 81 is anything to snuff at. It's just the reactions that I'm seeing seem to be overwhelmingly positive.
That's great.
You know, so I
That makes me happy.
Almost expected the review to be higher, you know, to match that sort of.
I didn't even look at any review scores, but everything that I saw on social media was just nothing.
Yeah, Sean sums it up really well. Sorry to interrupt you, Dev. Sean, he says, I saw one that says best Assassin's Creed ever, 80 out of 100. That's kind of what I'm talking about. Like, it's a little weird. Everybody's like, it's amazing. 80. It's like, really?
I mean, like Yarden just said, I think it is probably because like we're coming off the heels of Mirage, which apparently nobody liked. But when you say best AC ever and it's an 80, and both Odyssey, Origins, and Valhalla were all over 80, it's like that doesn't make any sense.
Oh,
it just doesn't seem to check out for some reason. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's the only thing I noticed in just kind of watching the hype. I have been watching the hype. Everybody seems to really be loving it, especially those PlayStation 5 people. Like the PlayStation 5 Pro people seem to be really loving it. Seems to be a lot of hype and enthusiasm about that.
So go ahead and send that. Just send that.
Yeah. Help your brother. You got blessed. You got to pay that forward. It's like tithes, right? You tithe your brother 10%. Damn.
That's why I don't go to church.
I love how Deb was like, help me out. And then you in the chat, you just completely kept going on like nothing happened. You're like, I'm not going to address that. It's like, I saw that. I noticed that.
You shouldn't have addressed it.
Hey, that's what black people do. Boy.
He's like, Sunni, about those Mets this weekend, buddy. They're looking good out there. Like he just took that shit in stride.
That is the move.
So, somewhat related, Bloomberg did report that Ubisoft is taking bids this month on new joint ventures to take Ubisoft private. Again, we've been talking about this for several months. All of the focus on this is Tencent. Tencent and Ubisoft doing something to spin Assassin's Creed and other things into some new corporation. It's got the stakeholders mad. I have no idea where it's gonna go. I think the best outcome would be if they could buy out shareholders and just take them private. And then now we don't have to worry about shareholder influence on Ubisoft. Tencent can just make games and put them out. Like that would be great.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
So we'll see. We have some PlayStation news, several like news bits. So they're not all related. They just all seem to be PlayStation. So I just lopped them all together. They have a new studio, Dark Outlaw Games, formed under Jason Blundell, former Treyarch studio lead. So he was doing like a project with them. They had like an exclusive agreement and that didn't do anything. But now he's still around and they've just let him kind of create his own studio. So there's a new studio, PlayStation first party from former Call of Duty development. You would have to imagine, I guess it's going to be some sort of shooter multiplayer game. No idea if it's a first like a known IP, a first party IP or a new IP.
On PlayStation 6.
Yeah, definitely. If we see it at all. Sony has also entered an agreement with People Can Fly, and they are working on a prototype for a game using a Sony IP.
So here's the thing that I heard about that. You may have to think bigger when you hear Sony IP, not necessarily PlayStation IP.
Interesting. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. So we'll see if that ever.
So we're getting a Craven the Hunter game. Let's go, baby.
Wow.
Oh God.
Well, it's funny because People Can
might not be bad as a game. To be perfectly honest, that could be fun.
People Can Fly entered into an agreement to help work on Gears, so they have work, and they just laid off like 100 people. So I'm like, how much work can they do? Like I'm interested to see like what that's all about. But maybe we will see this come to light one day. Who knows? A PlayStation logo was seen on the Starfield Creation Club website this week, again leading to more speculation that Starfield is on the way to PlayStation soon.
Surprising no one.
Sure.
Yeah, it's gone.
Despite a reboot in development, Amazon's still moving forward with its God of War series, ordering 2 seasons. So last fall, it was reported that essentially they wrote the series, the writers quit, the director quit, like everybody quit. So now they're rehiring people, they're rewriting it, and Amazon's trudging forward. They want the God of War series, so they're getting at least 2 seasons of God of War at some point.
Man, thank you to Amazon. They keep saving shows and putting things out there. Good on you for doing that. I appreciate them.
I will say this: if it looks as pretty as the Lord of the Rings show, I'm all in. That show looks
Dude,
good.
that's some hot take stuff.
I like how it looks. It looks very pretty.
People hate that show.
I know.
I really like it, and I tell you, as the person, I'm the person in the Reddit telling people I really like it because people really hate that show.
It looks visually, it looks great.
It is good. Like the show itself is really good, but because I guess it's not beholden to the past. I don't like. I'm no damn.
It can't. There's not a whole lot of like. There's the Lord of the Rings and there's like the Silmarillion. There's not a whole lot else to do with that.
Yeah.
So
apparently they don't hear to certain things, or they don't like how they did certain characters. And so I'm just here for more Lord of the Rings content. I'm just like I'm here for it.
They're like, where's Frodo?
And I've really enjoyed the story, and I think what they've done with Sauron, they've without being like super all powerful and trapped in a tower and all that, like they've made him very like a master manipulator, and which I've thoroughly enjoyed. I'm like, oh, this is legit awesome.
This is the prequel, right?
But people really, not like, yeah, by thousands of years.
Thousands of years.
Okay.
Yeah. Super prequel. This is how the rings were forged.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So this is way before all of that.
I'm planning on watching after I finish Invincible.
It's funny because I never read The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings, right? I've never actually read the books.
I read The Hobbit.
Watched all the movies, and then like I listened to like lorecasts and podcasts and stuff, and I've read about it, but I've never actually just read. I don't read, so like I haven't sat down and read anything. But I mean, I'm just going to tell you, like, I don't read. Like people buy me books, I'm like, that's cool. Like if it's not an audiobook, I'm not interested. You know, like I don't sit down to read things. So
I have read them all, and the movies do a great job of retelling those stories. But
so
again,
the thing that
this is so far forward, like. Before all of that, there isn't a whole lot outside of the Silmarillion.
So my understanding is that the movies, like the whole Sauron as the eye thing, was really trying to like manifest like a metaphor. Like in the books, the eye of Sauron was just more about like his influence. His influence is everywhere. And in the movies, they're like, we really can't do that, so we're gonna make it like this thing. But like that's not really a thing. And I think that really helped me understand Sauron in the Rings of Power series. And then you actually start to see him, because it's funny because he's almost like weak. So like when the first season, I was like, really? This is like the Lord? Like this is the most evil? But then you keep going and it's like, oh shit, but he is though. Like it's so, his character's arc is so twisty. Like it's really kind of, it's like, it's just very meta. Like you're like, oh, he's not that scary. And then, 8 decisions later, you're like, he set all this up? That is terrifying.
Kind of like Game of Thrones.
Very. Yeah. Very.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's like this little weak dude, but just.
Exactly. And then like at the end, you're like, oh, this dude's fucking scary. So I like that a lot. And I think it made me, because I think it makes me rewatch the movies with more appreciation, which is what I think you would want from the series like that. You know, but the Lord of the Rings fans hate it. They hate it.
But just kick rocks.
The thing that I always tell people is I think Rings of Power made me realize that I don't like Lord of the Rings fans. Like I learned that. It's not just that too. It's Moria too. Like the Mines of the Moria game that came out, they hate that too. Like, it's like they hate everything that isn't like original source material. It's like,
don't worry. Episode 7 of Star Wars made me realize I hate Star Wars fans.
Yeah, it's just like, is there nobody here that just wants more Lord of the Rings? Yeah, maybe so. Where was I? We were just getting to the headline. So we got the Silent Hill F trailer last week, Thursday after the show. It's a Silent Hill game set in Japan in the 1960s, coming to all platforms. Don't have a date yet. It looks great.
I'm excited for it.
Looks really good. So it was rated out of the blue. So like maybe it's sooner than maybe you'd think. That came out of like 2 days after the trailer came out. It was rated mysteriously. It's like, wow. Normally that doesn't happen until you're preparing for release. So like maybe it could come out this year.
They announced it like last year though, right?
They've announced the game, right? This is the first time they've shown it. So yeah, I mean, yeah.
There was stills of it out like last year sometime, and I looked at it like, oh, that looks really cool. It looks interesting.
I don't know because I haven't been following it that close, and they had like 4 Silent Hill projects at the same time.
Yes.
So I don't know which one was which and all that. So
this was the one I looked at and I thought looked really cool.
Because they had like that weird, like that immersion thing that wasn't really a game thing that they were doing.
Did a terrible show.
Yeah, the series and then the remake and then now this. So this looks really good. It's very like J horror. It's like Ju-on, the Ring type thing. It looks really good.
Yeah.
So EA is paying college athletes $1,500 a year for NCAA football. It's 150% boost from last year. So last year they paid everybody like $600. Now they're paying everybody twice that.
Well, I need to play some college football for a year.
For $1,500, that ain't worth it.
You ain't got no need, Delvin. It's not going to be worth it.
I can sit on the bench, pass out some water.
I wouldn't sit on the bench for a season for $1,500. That's not enough.
Sit on the bench. And
I get in the game for free.
Lose both knees.
I don't need both of them.
Square Enix says Life is Strange double exposure sales were a large loss for the company. Of course, they didn't report the sales and tell us how much it sold, but apparently it was not great.
Compared to what Square Enix's expectations is, I can imagine a large loss. We expected 20 million copies to be sold day one.
Yeah.
That's what they do. They own that shit. We only sold 1 million. It's Life is Strange. What did you expect?
I mean, it wasn't received well. It didn't review well. It wasn't received well. So I don't think there was a lot of hype for it. It released weirdly. Yeah. Where it had like the super expensive version you could play 3 weeks ahead of time and all that. So like, there's a lot there. Like, I mean, every time we talk about Square Enix, every podcast in the world makes the same statement joke that you just made. Yeah. So forgive me, it's not personal. I almost like glaze my eyes when I hear it because I'm like, that's the easiest thing to say.
I think they seem on the outside, from the outside looking in, they seem very mismanaged. Because even the rollout for this game was kind of weird, like you just said. And so it kind of feels expected. Like, oh, we knew this was going to come.
I'm wondering if this is the last Life is Strange game.
Maybe.
I was going to say, yeah, probably.
Because that's like the take. Like, if it didn't do well, like, is this it? Or, like, what if that Lost Records sells a lot better? Like, I don't know.
I was going to say that. I feel like Lost Records probably got it from here. And also, it kind of feels like if you don't promote these type of games right and you don't put the marketing behind it, it's kind of like
I think they marketed double exposure really well and a lot.
I didn't see that much of it. Maybe I just wasn't looking enough for it, but
I did. Because it was the whole Max is back and Chloe's back, and that pissed people off how they dealt with that.
Well, Chloe.
That's what I'm saying. So like,
yeah.
I talked about it on Shaq, so I don't have to regurgitate it all, but I was not. Double exposure is my least favorite of these games. So, like, if they were like, I don't want it to be done at all. I love the series, but I also don't want the series to continue in the way that double exposure was continuing. Like, if there was like a double exposure 2 where they're like, we're picking up right where we left off, I don't know if I want to play that game.
Triple exposure.
I don't know if I want to play that game. So
quadruple exposure.
We'll see. But yeah, maybe Square Enix is just talking bullshit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yarden says, grain of salt, but I heard it sold under 200,000 copies on Steam. That's not good at all.
Yeah.
So, Zynga has announced it's shutting down Star Wars Hunters on October 1st, just 9 months after the game launched.
I didn't know.
So it's scrapping. There'll be no PC port, and it'll just go offline.
Did anybody play this?
Yes.
I didn't play it. I didn't know it was even out.
We talked about it often. Yep.
I don't remember that.
On here.
Nope.
Okay, good. I was about to say absolutely.
On Shaq?
It's a Switch exclusive. Yeah.
Was I there?
Mm-hmm.
Did I call out sick?
Nope.
I don't remember this at all. I didn't play this game at all.
So I know this game because this game was announced a couple of years ago.
Yes, it was.
as a Switch game, and it's been in multiple like Switch directs and marketing, and when Nintendo talks about the other big up and coming games,
This was one of them.
this was one of them. It was on the list. Like, we have an exclusive Star Wars game, so it came out, I think, mobile and Switch. And when it came out on Switch, not like I played it, most of like the folks in the Discord played it. Like Jason played it. Like a lot of folks played it. Here's the funny thing, it was pretty good. Like it wasn't bad by any means. I played it, and you know me, I'm not a Star Wars guy. I played it, and I was like, yeah, I get it. This is good. If you wanted like that, you know, I'm probably ruining it, but like if you wanted that hero shooter Overwatch type of thing, but Star Wars, yeah, that's it.
We have
Like
Battlefront.
I was gonna say,
so-
I kind of feel like that already exists in Battlefront. Or yeah,
That's
so-
probably why I completely ignored it. Like, we have Battlefront.
Is anybody playing Battlefront? You're talking
I
about some
haven't
shit
played
that
it in a
came out
while.
like 8 years ago, man.
And that was gonna be my next point. I don't think this is a Star Wars game that anybody wants, so nobody's playing it.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't do any research, so I feel like if I went and searched it, I feel like I could like probably pull an article where it was like the top game of the Switch chart that month.
That is a good question.
Because like it's not like it was some unknown thing that nobody ever heard of. It was kind of I won't say a big deal. I'm definitely not going that far.
It was a deal.
It was a splat. It was a notable release.
Yes, it was. I do remember
You know,
it being. I just
like
didn't
it
remember.
charted.
I guess I also have to ask: is this the type of game that people are really going to be playing enough on the Switch to make it worthwhile?
No, and I wonder why. I mean, I feel like they're pulling the plug probably because it's like a sunk cost and they don't want to spend any more money on it. But it's like, why didn't you launch it on everything?
Yeah.
Like a game like that, all multiplayer games need to reach the most amount of people at launch. Period. If you're making a live service multiplayer game, you need to reach the most people first.
It's a mobile game. That's why.
That's what he said.
That's why I ignored it. Yeah, there you go.
And that's
But
why
it came to mobile and Switch on the same day. And there was a PC port to come, and then apparently no. Apparently it didn't do well enough on mobile and Switch to justify any more development. But it's weird. It's another one of those games, this one being like faster than all the other ones, I guess, besides Concord, but is yet another game like this. We're launching a multiplayer live service game, and no, we're not. Forget about that. You're turning it off. It's like seems like so much wasted money to spend years making a game to just turn off. You think you just leave it on? Just like, you know what? How about this? How about you just leave it on the App Store? Just leave it there.
Probably,
you know, like
might as well.
much to keep the if you're not making any money in microtransactions, trying to keep the servers and everything going for a game that has nobody.
Come on,
it
Dev.
probably
We
costs
both run servers. It's not that much. They have
We don't run a
servers.
gaming server. We don't have. I mean, look,
I ain't running that
I
damn
know that my little simple servers are easy to maintain, but I don't know what the complexity of something like this that has that many people logging into on cell phones and other devices.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're right. I don't think it's about cost. I think that's one of the things we say. I do think there is definitely a cost to keeping it online, and I would imagine that like they weren't making enough profit for them to warrant the cost. But I don't think they were like, we can't afford to keep these servers on. Like, I don't think that's it. I think you probably could, but I don't know. You find a better way to make some money, I guess. I don't know. I just, spend years of work. I'd imagine this game took at least 2 or 3 years to put together just to turn it off. It's like, well, what was the point? Why do any of this then?
I say when we Concord, like, what's the why? Why did we do this?
It reminds me a lot of like, it's very like 'tis the season, right? We're about a month out, I think, from NFL draft. It reminds me a lot of like teams that like draft a kid, and then when they're not immediately good, they cut them. And then we've all seen that story where they get to their second or third, and then they're good again. Mm-hmm. And it's like, yeah, because you had to let it like. So many of these multiplayer games get shut off because they're not juggernauts on day one. It's like, dude, Fortnite wasn't a juggernaut on day one.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. How about you give it a couple years first? Like, give it a try. Like, stick around. This is 9 months, man.
Yeah.
How about have like some launches, maybe a reboot, like have some season, like try to make some noise. But
They don't want to do
nah.
that. They want the quick, fast money.
Yeah, they're like, nah,
Yeah.
we'll turn it off.
I just wonder if like all of these pitches for these games are just completely gaslit, where they're telling you, oh, we're gonna make this much back. It's gonna
We have the Star Wars license. It's going to be
and
huge.
it just doesn't do any of that. Instead of painting a picture of like, look, there's X amount of these games already existing. We're going to launch into an already overly saturated market. Let's be realistic about like what our actual profit and income from this game might be.
I think that Marvel game probably destroyed it. It's probably
That too,
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, pour one out for Star Wars Hunter. We barely knew you.
Literally.
As we talked about earlier, Microsoft announced Copilot for Gaming. Copilot for Gaming is being described as an AI-driven sidekick designed to be your personalized gaming companion.
No, thank you.
It's your Rob the Robot. Just it's embedded in the platform.
We already had that. We didn't want him either.
So
Very true.
Warhammer Space Marine 3 is in development. They announced that last week after the show.
That's great.
Yeah. We'll see how long it's going to take to get one, but it's nice to know.
We should let Acclaim make it.
Yeah.
Wow. BitReactor and Respawn are announcing a new Star Wars turn-based game April 19th at the Star Wars Celebrations event.
Oh, okay. That sounds cool.
Do you want turn-based Star Wars?
I'm down to try it.
Not even a little bit.
This is my favorite news story of the week. Shots fired at Phil Harrison by the Revenge of the Savage Planet devs. They took out a billboard at GDC that says, "Has a Harrison fired you lately? You might be eligible for emotional support."
I respect it. I like it.
How does Phil Harrison still have a job?
I don't know if he does he? I don't know what he's doing these days. What is Phil Harrison up to? These are the people, for anybody that doesn't know, this is a Stadia joke. These are the people that made Journey to Savage Planet, which was a Stadia exclusive. Stadia bought that studio. I forget what they used to be called, Typhoon or something, and then pulled the plug and everybody got fired. So they had to go and remake their same studio somewhere else. Wow. But Stadia bought the whole studio only to like axe everything like within a year. So this is a hilarious joke, like an absolute, and it's not just a billboard. I think this is an ad in their new game. It's like a character that they named Harrison and everything. He's like a corp. Yeah. Like this is hilarious. I love this. This is amazing. So I was my favorite news story of the week.
Phil Harrison hasn't tweeted since 2020. If this is his account.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he's done since Stadia.
Hopefully, nobody's giving him any opportunities to do anything at this point.
Apparently not, because his account still says Stadia.
I was gonna try to go to his LinkedIn, but it did not work.
He's broke. He probably was the white man that gave $1 to.
He's not broke. Like I guarantee you, he's not broke.
Oh, we don't know.
That man made a lot of money.
He broke a bunch of companies.
Well,
that's true.
Sometimes
you got to get paid. Like sometimes you get paid to be the executioner. He's the trash man. Takes out the trash.
Yeah. You want to run your company into the ground? I've got just the guy.
I'm your guy. Dude, you're in bad shape when Phil Harrison walks out, and you're like, oh fuck, here we go.
Damn.
Start applying for jobs now.
Microsoft's rolling out a new gamepad keyboard update for Windows 11 that lets you type with an Xbox controller. It improves the on-screen keyboard in Windows 11, making it a lot easier to navigate. So they are on their path to this unification that they're doing. Maybe this will be a part of it.
It's a computer. I've got a keyboard.
But these handhelds, you don't.
Okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Handhelds, tablets, you need a keyboard, and it needs to work with a controller.
Yeah.
So that's what they're doing.
Just needs to go away. We don't.
That's a good step forward. Like I'm not against what Xbox is trying to do in their unification. Like I get that.
It's gonna have Copilot.
Oh, I'm against that. So yeah, like we know where I stand on that. Like, I'm against that. But like their whole, we want to unify both these platforms. Like I'm not against it. I just don't think. I don't think they can 100% do it. I don't think that really matters for a lot of people though. Mm-hmm. Like we gave up our libraries for Xbox Ones and PS4s and nobody really cared.
Right.
So I think if they can unify it and like most of the first party stuff is there, but like maybe the third party stuff isn't, but with Game Pass, like it kind of is, I think they can get like 80%, like they can do it.
They can get close.
Like, they can get close enough that nobody really is bothered by it. Mm-hmm. I more or less question. They're like, we're going to have our console's going to be the PC. It's like, okay, so then why do people use that instead of Steam?
Correct.
That's the point. I don't know what the answer is to that, because I feel like I'm 100% sure that if you sell somebody a P, like, it just seems like they're making Steam machines for Valve. Like, that's all I hear. They're like, we're going to make it. It's going to have an Xbox OS. And I'm like, yeah, Steam fans rejoice. They're going to get your thing. They're going to like it and just buy games on Steam.
1,000%. I'm not using this Xbox store for
So,
what?
So I just don't, like, that's the part I don't understand. It's like, so is that it? Like, is Xbox fine with that? Like, they're like, that's fine. Maybe that is it. But it's like, I don't know. How do you sell games?
Yeah, that doesn't seem to make a whole lot. I mean, I guess you're going to get money back if they buy it on Steam. You're still getting some money for your game.
I seriously question if it's, I mean, I honestly think, if I had to guess, it's not about that. It's not about trying to sell games. They don't care if you use Steam. It's them finding a way to get out of the console business without, like, just pulling the plug, I think. Because what they're going to do is they're going to make a PC, like, interface. They're going to make that the thing. They're going to make a console, and then they're just going to let everyone else just use that. And then they'll just make the consoles. While they continue to try and sell games, like, on PlayStation and Switch. I think that's it. Yeah. I think.
I mean, that makes sense. That's the whole, well, everything's an Xbox. So
yeah, I mean, that is it. That's why I'm not like angry about any of it. Like, I think I'm doing what they want us to do. Like, I've got a PC, I can play games there. I've got Game Pass, and if they want to make Gears for Switch, I will buy Gears. Like I will buy it. Here's $60, $70. Okay. So I think they're like, we're good with that. So I don't think they really care if you're buying the hardware to use Steam.
Oh, they don't care, but I think all of the Xbox,
it just makes the platform not feel special, which is what consoles are. Consoles are platforms that feel special and cater to you.
Yeah.
You know, so that's it.
Not yourself, you know what? Said we don't do that here.
I can't wait for the Halo game to launch and then like crashes. like on there, like console people they're not really ready for this.
No, they're not.
So we'll see. So last week we talked about the Xbox handheld, that badged handheld, and it's going to be an ally with an Xbox. And we talked a little bit, and we were like, maybe they have like some sort of version of like Armory Crate or something that they're whipping up for this thing. Well, the next day there was an article, and they said, and the article was reported, that the badged Xbox handheld will support its own Xbox interface, quote, powered by Windows underneath, but with an interface that closely resembles an Xbox on top. So yeah, that's something. That's not nothing. I could see several million people being very happy with a device like that. If you can pick it up, press the button, and it looks like an Xbox console, but then you can press a button or a function and go to Windows and do Windows things, I do think that is exciting for some people. I really do. Because like I could expect the videos, if I could script out a review video, let's just pick one. Let's pick Linus. Right, Linus gets his handheld. He clicks on the Xbox. He shows you it's all Xbox. My Xbox games are there. My profile's there. When I hit the Xbox game button, I can party up with friends. Like, it's all there, right? Then he presses, like, I imagine it's like a Windows tile or something, an app. And then it launches into Windows. And now he's like, but my Steam games are here, and my Epic Games Store is here. And then he does, like, the crazy thing. It's like, I'm playing Pokemon Fire Red on this bitch. Like, he's got, he's got some emulators going. He's playing Wind Waker on it. He's playing The Last of Us on. He's playing Uncharted on it. Like, you do that, and I actually think some people would get really excited for that. I think D-Life would be very excited for that. I think Delvin might be very excited for something like that. Like, I could see it. I don't hate it. If they can pull that off, good on them. Like, that's not bad at all. Speaking of Uncharted, I played Uncharted this week. I forgot about that.
First one?
No, I was Uncharted 4. I played like 2 hours of Uncharted 4. I was taking little strolls around on the Steam Deck. Runs well on Steam Deck.
Yeah, it does.
It really does. It was like at 60 most of the time. Nice. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what that Xbox. I could potentially be interested in something like that. I might trade in the Steam Deck or something. If they can pull it off, if that's what it is, and it is like what I just described,
you can turn off Copilot. Yeah. Got a winner.
Yeah. Well, that's you can only do so much with Copilot on Windows. The Copilot they're doing for the consoles, it is right now. It's the app. It's not actually on the console. It's like on your phone. It's like a second screen thing. But we know it's just a matter of time.
Just a matter of time. Yeah.
Just take it, throw that shit in the trash. Call it day.
The thing about the Copilot and the Gemini stuff, it's like, it's two things. I don't need help searching things. So I think that's a very personal thing, me. Right. It's like, it is just Google.
I don't need that.
It's like, we have Google, and it's like, but it summarizes Google. It's like, I didn't need you to do that.
She's over there.
Secondly, there's like that dead internet theory that I feel like is more and more becoming true. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but I'm a power internet user. I'm using browsers constantly all day, lots of tabs. I'm searching things all the time. And I have noticed more and more, man, since like the AI infiltration to all these browsers, when I search something, anything, take 10 same things, I feel like I'm getting the same search results back. Not like for the same topics, but like the same sites, the same recommendation. And like, so I've started to dive into the pages. The scary thing is I go to page 2, 4, 6, 8, and it's the same things as page 1. Just like different site maps, different links to the same site. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I feel like it's kind of like the AI, they're like, it makes it easier to search the internet. And then as it's happened, I'm like, why does it feel like I can't search the internet as well as I used to?
No.
That's been my short sample of that since then. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that helps a console or gaming experience, but people were excited to be like, I saw some folks, because I was reading like the responses to the blog post and like the things that like Nobel shared, or not Nobel, what is his name? I'll give him a shot because he's a great follow. What is his name? Yeah, it is Nobel. Sorry, I got it right. Had it right. I was reading responses to those threads because I was like, I wonder how do people think? There were so many people that were like, this is great. It's like guides. Like that's how they're thinking. It's like, instead of looking up something on YouTube, I could just do it like right in the game.
How about you just figure it out?
Yeah.
God damn it. It's so
or do
funny,
like I do. Can't figure it out, just turn that shit. Like, I'm not doing this shit no more.
Wow.
It's just done. It's over.
Wow.
That's what happened with Alan Wake too. I'm like, I can't figure this shit out.
We're done here.
Well, this shit's done. Fuck this game.
I'm too dumb for this. It's basically
that's hilarious. That was funny.
Yeah.
One of my younger employees, he was applying for a promotion, and he asked me like, what do you feel like is the biggest like hurdle that my generation has? Like, what is our biggest like issue? Because I hear a lot of people say that we're not like cutting the mustard as good as like, millennials, Gen X, whatever. I said the reality is you guys aren't bad. I think that people who didn't grow up in the age that you didn't have stuff just handed to them. Like, you guys can just Google and get the answer, where a lot of us had to do way more research. We didn't have access to Google. So our problem solving is just very, very different. Like I said, like if I don't know how to do something in the game, I'm not going to go look for a guide. I'm going to try to figure it out. Where I think a lot of people who are excited about this type of AI stuff are more used to just being able to like, how do I do this? Instead of trying to figure it out themselves.
I wonder if that's why I'm so adverse to it. Because I was talking to Jack about this with the Xbox packing it up and testing everything. He was helping me. We went to GameStop together. And GameStop, by the way, gave me way more money than I paid for the thing for sure. So that was pretty nice.
Very kind of them.
But Jack is very like pro AI, and he uses it. He uses ChatGPT with his homework and stuff. And he was like, "Why do you hate this so much?" And I'm like, to me, it's not helping me. They're like, right. we made search better. It's like, but did you? I'd rather just search. And as you said, if I wanted to look something up, it's not a bother or a challenge or anything for me to look it up. Like, I didn't need help to do that. Like, that's the thing. You're not helping me. If anything, you're putting this plugin in this space in my browser. It's almost like a hindrance. It's like, no, I know how to find it. If you'd get out of the way, I would find it faster. You know? Whereas he loves it. And he was like, yeah, I just, and I had a really good conversation actually with him. We were hanging out for a couple hours there, and I was just like, he's like, yeah, just asking. I was like, but you realize it, like it can't do math. Like you can't take its responses serious. And I showed him several examples. I went through and I looked up a couple articles, and then we just did it. Like I just typed some things in. I was like, it's just wrong. I was like, are you taking, like, it's almost like he looks at like Chat GPT is like it's Wikipedia. Like everything it says has been like fact checked. And so I was like, it's not. It's just it's scraping. And it has a logic to essentially like use search results to send you a response that's most likely what you're looking for. Yeah. You know, it's just predictive text. It is the same thing. It's the same technology expanded upon. You know, and it's just not there yet that you can, not to say it's definitely not always wrong. I think probably for the most part, it's probably right a lot. But it can be wrong, and that's problematic because people are kind of taking it as like, well, if ChatGPT says it, it must be true, you know?
Yeah.
And the scary part is you can tell ChatGPT to give you like incorrect. You can be like, hey, I want an article that said, write me an article that says Joe Biden ruined America. And it will write an article that looks legit. Like there's no fact checking there. Like there's no, it should be like, I can't do that because that's not true. It doesn't do that, you know? Yep. So I think to your point, I think that's maybe my most averseness to it. It's like I am used to searching things and opening up a tab and like that's no bother to me. I don't need help doing that. I don't need to streamline that process.
Nope. And like I said, I think that also just completely eliminates their ability to problem solve and figure things out. It's just here's the response, here's how you do it. Never building up your own skill set on how to problem solve. Find researching is a skill. Yeah. And I don't think that this generation has that because they're so used to things just being handed to them. Here's how you do that. Here's how this works. Just here.
I wonder what something like simple is like. I wonder what our news block would look like if I went to Jim and I was like, give me the video game news this week instead of me going and like, you know, like because we've had articles like there's been several articles. The one that comes to mind is the Billy Mitchell one. Remember all those headlines and everybody's like, Billy Mitchell's back. He's been reinstated. He's the king of Kong. And then you actually read the case and the decision and the like. That's not it at all. Like, that's not what happened. I do that like with our notes. Like I don't spend a ton of time, but I do research. When I find something I want to dig into, I try to find what this is. You know, like the Saudis own Pokemon Go. It's like, no, they don't. Savvy Games Group does, and they're not the Saudis. It's an international corporation of video game. I try to dig into those sorts of things. I wonder if you just left that up to AI, like what that would sound like. I may want to do that.
It would sound like what our current news is. It's just headlines and there's no actual diving into anything. It's just taking whatever anybody says and running with it versus actually doing the research, fact checking, and finding the actual story. I mean, think about how many times somebody's posted something and everybody gets up in arms at just the headline without actually reading the article and seeing what they're talking about.
Like the transgenic mice.
Correct. 1,000%.
I saw so many articles about transgender mice, and I had to like Google and fact check, like that is not a thing.
Or like the litter boxes in schools thing. I'm embarrassed by the amount of people on YouTube I've seen reference that like it was real. Like there's thousands of people that think that.
It's insane.
And even if it's just 1,000, that's 1,000 too many. Like, you know, like it's just that's what it's kind of saying. Like that scares me. Like if you can create false things to back up your responses that look professional and real, that's a terrifying. Now I understand this has nothing to do with Copilot for gaming. I'm just trying to point that out. Like, what if you're like, hey, I don't know how to fight this Elden Ring boss, and ChatGPT just sends you like, here's how to beat the Skyrim boss. You know, it's just like, what are we doing here?
Some random thing that has nothing to do with it.
So I don't know. I wish him well. You know, I really do. Like, I personally am opposed to it, but I realize they're pouring billions of dollars into this. It's all the rage. It's the buzzword. Everybody is trying to put AI in the title of everything, and maybe one day it is what the future wants it to be. I'm not opposed to that, but what I've seen so far, I'm not too interested in trying. I'm not interested in it.
It's not for me.
Come back to me when it's better. Try again.
I probably will try when it's
Let me know when it's good. You know, it's like, let me know when it's good.
It's like that Bonnaroo set list. It's not for us.
Yeah. It's like, I don't need a ticket for Saturday or Sunday. I'm good. So anyway, that's the news.
All right. That was fun. Time to get into the Rude Day segment. We have a scoring update. Delvin got the underwrite on Ass Creed Shadows as it gets an 82, and the line being 83.5.
Look here. If there's one
Good
thing you
job.
know about Delvin, he's going to get ass right.
Good job.
Way to go, sir.
I mean, that could mean a lot of
you-
things, Delvin. You might want
ass
to take
man.
that back.
You're the ass man. That's
No,
what
I'll
you
just
are.
leave it there.
So right now he is tied with me at 9, and Donnie is currently sitting with 4.
Fourth place. Fourth place. Fourth place.
So Rude Days has a March Madness edition
Oh, Donnie
for
for the
this
rack
week.
up.
Here's where I come back, baby.
He's going to come back. He's
You
going
about
to get
to-
like 30. Because I don't know
You
shit
done
about
fucked up,
March Madness.
Aaron.
That makes 2 of us, Devin. I'm like, this is
He might as well ask about fucking golf.
for real.
I will have you know.
Alf.
I will have you know. I haven't watched one single college basketball game all year. I have no idea what's going on.
I have
You
not
may
even.
have a chance. He was in the wrong sport altogether.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're telling me there's a chance.
I have no idea. No, I haven't watched college basketball in years. Dude, college basketball is awful.
Only one
Is
I've
the-
watched was
Dreadful.
the women's one a couple years ago.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
that
I
was
watched
actually good.
women's because Juju is a beast. I'm just saying. Paige Buchers, let's go. I'm here for it.
That was
But the rest of this, I don't fucking know. So over or under 7.5 SEC schools will make it to the Sweet 16. The SEC has a conference record 14 teams this year.
The SEC has been dominating in basketball for several years.
7.5.
Aren't they just dominating in all sports at this point?
They were nothing in basketball for decades. Like they this is a new thing for them. It's yeah. It was usually like the Big 12, or the Big East, the Big 10 every now and again, but now the SEC is kind of like a juggernaut in basketball.
I can't even tell you who's in the SEC. But out of the 14 teams, are we taking it over or under on 7.5 of those schools making it out of the 64 to the Sweet 16? Delvin?
I'm in last place. So I'm answering last. If you guys,
Yeah, Delvin would say you.
You know what? Fuck it. I'll take the under.
I don't even know who's in the SEC, but fuck it, I'll go with the over.
I'll take the under.
Over or under 2.5 number 2 seeds will make it to the Sweet 16 this year. Your 2 seeds are Michigan State, St. John's, Tennessee, and Alabama. 3 out of the last 4 years, a 2 seed has lost to a 15 seed, and 2 out of 4 years, only two seeds made it to the Sweet 16. Those
I don't
were a
know what
lot
you
of
just
words that don't mean
were a
shit
lot
to
of
me at
words.
this point.
Yeah. I'll take the under.
I too
What's
will
that?
take the under.
Was there under the take?
Yeah, over under 2.5.
Yeah, I'll take the under. I was right.
I'm going to take the under too because I have absolutely no idea. While Donnie does actual internet research.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see what the paths are for the 2 seeds. Not knowing any of the teams, I just want to know like who are the 2 seeds playing.
Hey, Rebecca.
They're playing.
So we got to get 3 to the 16, right? Not the 8.
16, correct.
Yes, yes.
I feel really good about 2, so I'll take the over.
Okay.
And just I'll hold out the luck that one more gets through. But I think there's at least 2 there. So yeah, I'll take the over. It's a good bet. It's a nice way for me to try and pick up a point.
Okay.
True or false? An 11
Damn.
seed will make the Sweet 16. At least one 11 seed has made the Sweet 16 8 out of the last 10 years.
False.
Fuck it, false. I got nothing. I don't know. Donnie with his research.
What's the seeds? 11 or 16?
That's 11. 11. True or false? An 11 seed will make it to the Sweet 16.
Is there an 11 seed that I like? There's one.
Okay.
Not that one.
Not that one.
Not that one.
Not that one.
Ooh.
I don't know what you looking at.
Ooh.
So I'm taking Delvin's AI answer, and Donnie's doing actual research.
Yeah.
So we're just putting to the test here.
I'm just looking at a bracket. There's really only one. It's got to be VCU. The question
the
is, do
hell
you think
is VCU?
The question is, do you think VCU gets there or not?
Who is VCU?
I'm gonna say, I will say yes. I put all my hopes on
Venereal
VCU.
College University.
What?
Who is VCU? You said Vallejo.
Venereal College University.
No, it's the
Jesus Christ.
the
Valley
Virginia
Christian?
Commonwealth.
Oh, fuck
What the
that.
hell is
Yeah,
that?
you sound like that's not real.
It was like a basketball team. It's like a bunch of like Amish people.
They sound like they suck. No, I don't believe it. Watch they win the
Virginia
whole thing.
Commonwealth University.
Yeah, they win
I think
the
they're pretty
whole thing.
good, actually.
Yeah, watch. They're gonna win the whole thing.
But they're an 11 seed. They can't be that good. They're an 11 seed. But they're really the only 11 seed that I think can make it. Because one of them is Texas Zav.
No,
I don't even know what that is.
that sounds like a dance move.
The other 11 seed is SDSU. The winner.
STD. No,
San Diego State?
Absolutely not. No, I don't believe.
And then Drake.
no, there's no Drakes.
Drake?
So, sure. Why not?
They're not like us.
No. The final question in this is true or false? A 1 seed will not make it to the Sweet 16. I guess that means of all the 1 seeds, none of them are going to make it.
Correct.
False. I think
I feel like that's false. I feel like there's always at least one seed that
Let me one.
makes it.
Be one.
Who the hell are the 1 seeds?
I don't know. Villanova.
Duke.
North Carolina.
I knew Duke was going to be there.
Duke. Houston.
Phi Slamma Jamma?
Florida and Auburn are your number 1 seeds. So you're betting one doesn't make it to the 16? That's the bet?
I thought the bet was that there will be no 1 seeds.
Yeah, I thought it was no 1 seeds.
Hang on. True or false? A 1 seed will not make it. Yeah, it's just one.
Oh,
So
one
it's
seed.
all 4 make it or one of them doesn't. That's the bet. Right?
Oh, then I'm probably going to go. I again.
True
I
or
thought it
false?
was that
A
we're not
1
gonna
seed
have-
will not make it to the Sweet 16.
Yeah, so when I read that, I was reading like a 1 seed, like meaning there won't be a single 1 seed.
One
in the
one of the
Sweet
1
16.
seeds won't make
Right, and you both took the yes? You took that as true?
Yeah.
I'll take the truth, yeah.
Then I'll take the
Zero
false.
business.
I'd say all 4 1 seeds make it.
Rebecca wants to know who's going to win the championship. Who should she take to win the championship?
I have no idea.
Duke.
You're doing your research.
Auburn.
Always
Auburn.
better
He
than
says Auburn is going to take it all the way. There you go, Rebecca. Oh my God, he's got one more question for extra points. Jesus, this man loves March Madness.
I need points.
He says, and finally, how far does the Rude have his favorite team going in the NCAA tournament? An extra point if you can name that team.
Sweet 16.
I can. I think I do. I think I know this one.
Doesn't like Kentucky?
Yes,
Are they even in
As
it?
well.
they
Yeah, I
are.
know that.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yes.
What
So
seed are
me,
they?
me and Dev get points for Kentucky. I don't think
Yeah, I
Delvin
knew it
gets
was
the point.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
I knew that.
No,
You didn't say it, though,
You
so
did not
you
know
didn't
that.
get the
No,
point.
no,
Yeah.
no. You don't get the point.
Yeah,
I knew that.
yeah,
That's 1 point for Dev and Donnie.
yeah. We got.
And then how far do they go?
I said it. Sweet 16. That's the first thing I said.
No. We
going
know
to-
we used to just we got that.
I'm going to
asking
Elite Eight.
Dev.
I'm going to Elite Eight.
Kentucky to the 8.
I have no idea what seed they are.
I'll take Kentucky to the 16.
But the question is, how far does he think they're going to go?
Oh, I didn't
how
know that
far?
was
You
the
think they're
question.
going to go?
Yeah, he says, and finally, how far does the Rude have his favorite team going? And you get a
Ooh.
All the way.
of the team.
No, the 8. No, I would change my answer. The 8. I think he's got him going to the 8.
That's what.
Final
Yeah,
four.
that's my guess.
Final
Gotcha.
Four. You got to go all the way.
All right.
If you're a team, you root for your team to go to the Final Four. You got to go all hard to go home.
I would say that you'd want them to go all the way. You'd want them to win it.
Yeah,
go
but
all the
a
way.
good fan knows their team, and they know we're not going to win the whole thing.
Is Root Days a good fan?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, he really loves Kentucky. Like,
I knew it was Kentucky. I was like, is it Cincinnati or Kentucky? I knew it was like in that area.
Kentucky.
Yeah. And I was like, it's got to be Kentucky.
All right. That's out the way. Time for questions. Back to the very first time. Kyle the Pug.
Fuck you, Counterpug. Again.
He wants to know some key differences that WWE 2K5 has that 2K24 didn't have.
This is a
Delvin.
Delvin-esque question. Well, Counterpug, this is the best looking 2K game ever. I can confidently say this looks better than all the other 2K games. Visually, it is legit impressive. This, if you want a next gen, because all the other 2K games as of late, they were okay, but they didn't feel nor look next gen. This looks next gen.
Finally. 5 years
Finally.
in.
Coming from the
We're
man
here.
who can't tell the difference between 30 frames and 60 frames. Great.
When Roman Reigns looks like Roman Reigns instead of Julio Iglesias, we are finally here now, folks.
I thought you were about to call him Roman Lames.
Yeah. Who is this Mexican guy playing on that? That's Roman Reigns. That is not Roman Reigns. That is John Jimenez. Yep. The game looks way better. It feels more alive. I think if you like the Bloodline, the whole Bloodline storyline is really cool to play through. So if you're a Roman Reigns fan and you want to play through the Bloodline, it's cool. The tutorial is long as shit. I was playing the tutorial, press punch, like, fuck this. I don't want to do all this shit. Like it felt like an Assassin's Creed tutorial.
Kick, punch. It's all in the mind.
Just skip that. Skip that shit. Overall, so far I like it. I'm playing. It feels. I usually when I start playing it, I play the showcase and I play the universe. And the universe feels pretty good. You know, universe is the mode where you can play. Either you can use a created character, or you can pick a character and you can just play through seasons of the WWE. So I picked Cody, of course, and have my little storyline and stuff like that. And it's working pretty well.
Did you finish your story?
Yes, I finished my story. He already has the belt, so I don't have to make a new story.
Did you fight Roman Reigns looking like S.A. Rios?
I am in a feud with, I think, AJ Styles.
So
No, I was in a feud with Solo Sikoa. I whooped his ass, and that was a lot of fun. But yeah, so
I like
far,
Solo.
Solo's great.
Why Cody?
He said
He loves Cody. He's always he's
I
been
like
his
the good
dude.
guys. I like the white.
He's been his
faces.
dude forever.
I like the white.
This man was brokenhearted when Cody left AEW. He's like, no, not Cody. You were the
Cody.
chosen one.
Take me.
Boring.
Cody's
He's
great.
so boring.
Cody's not boring.
I
That's
like
not
Cody.
true. That's
Cody's
not
great.
true. You probably feel that way about all like white hat, baby faces.
Yeah.
To be like a baby face is to kind of be boring because you're not the one mixing it up.
He's not.
I agree with you. He is not. He's not an R-Truth John. You can't give Cody the mic for 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I mean by boring.
He has the same stick.
He's good. Like he's not terrible on the mic, but it's like less is more. Like his promo with John this week was good.
Yes.
It was short. It was to the point, and he got out of it. And like that's where Cody is good.
The problem with Cody is all the promos come the same. They're gonna talk about himself. Then he's gonna talk about his daddy. Then we're gonna remember his daddy's dead. Then he's gonna get mad.
There is a lot of that, but
he gets his ass whooped. You don't finish his story.
But that's important because that's why he's champ, and that's why people like Delvin love him is because of his dad, because of his name.
And
He's
we
a man
saw
of
the
the
story.
people. He
Yes.
resonates with the crowd.
So you
Everybody
just-
loves Cody.
He gets your pity and your sympathy.
No,
It's gonna make for an excellent heel turn.
the reason why Cody
Just
resonates-
wait.
It is. It really is. The reason why
Like just
Cody
wait.
resonates-
The heel turn's gonna be incredible.
Cody resonates with people because we've seen his story. We've seen this guy.
We
who
grew up with
literally-
him.
Yeah,
We grew up with him when he was a kid.
yeah. We
Especially for me. He was in Marietta High School. He wrestled high school down here.
Yeah.
You know?
And we seen him on his first run seeming like he was going to be the guy to getting basically like sent out of WWE to go find himself, build a whole nother company to become WWE's competition, then leave that company to become the biggest star in wrestling today. It's a dope story.
I'm actually kind of surprised that you're not more into Cody, considering all that he had to do.
Yeah.
He's definitely taken like the road less traveled to get to where he is.
Yeah. Then he took pictures with
You
Martin
expect me to
Luther
like
King
that?
and Malcolm X.
Boring as
Kinda,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care about your
It's-
path.
It's
Like,
just about
that means
respect.
absolutely nothing to. I don't care about any of that.
He has pictures with
I'm
MLK,
looking to be entertained.
Malcolm X.
That
He's
was
very
there,
entertaining.
Dad.
He's very entertaining.
He's not entertaining to me at all. I find him quite boring.
You weren't entertained at all last year at the Mania when everybody was losing their minds? Because I think you were in the chat
Yeah,
talking
you were
about it
there.
with us. I think you were there.
You were there.
Yeah,
You were
I
there.
enjoyed WrestleMania.
Okay,
but
then.
not him. Like nothing with him.
The story's
Again,
about him.
Yeah, as I say, you can't have it both ways.
Everything around it.
Of course, but it's
don't
but it's
care
but it's
about-
around
It's
him.
his
That's why it
story.
makes sense.
That was the whole point of it.
Yeah.
It was his story. It's his book.
That's why it's
Tell you
making
what
sense.
happened with him.
So I understand what you're saying, but you have to realize that what you're describing is you're describing a babyface doing this job.
Yes.
That's what baby faces are there to do.
But what I was excited about was not any of that. It was the women. Like their stuff is way more interesting. That's
wife-
what I
his wife's
was
hot.
enjoying.
I remember that main event when The Rock came out, when everybody came out. Dev, you were in the chat. You were
Yes.
watching it, chatting with us.
at all.
Yes,
I don't even
you
remember
were.
that.
Yes. Let the tape show it, people. Run the tape back, Counterbug.
I don't even remember what happened with that. But either way, I find Cody's character to be very boring.
That's fair.
Yeah, he is. He's the good guy. He's the quintessential
He's
good guy.
the white hat good guy.
Gonna do the right thing all the time.
Fights for the people.
Yeah.
Ugh.
He- That's why when he said, "Go fuck yourself, Rock," in the corniest way possible, people were like, "Oh, he said a bad word."
Yeah. It's not like every wrestler will tell you it's usually not fun creatively to be the babyface.
Yes, it's a lot harder.
It's a lot harder because you can't do enough to get over. Everybody likes the anti-hero, the edgy guy, the fuck everything, I'm going to beat everybody up. That's fun. It's harder to be the I'm here every day, I'm winning every match. Like people generally don't like that.
That's kind of what made John Cena special,
Correct.
because he did it no matter what. When people hated him, he still was that white meat baby face. When people loved him, he was still that white meat baby face there every day.
And that's why his
not
heel
hit him.
turn is as viral as it is.
Yes.
And that's what I'm telling you.
Cena.
The heel turn for Cena is going to, for Cody's going to be great.
It's going to be nuclear.
It's going to be really good.
It's going to be really good.
That's
Yeah.
fine. I probably still won't be entertained.
That's fine.
Like it's like John Cena heel turning. I still don't like you, John Cena, so I don't care. Like I'm not entertained.
I mean, this all
I
leads
just
to
don't
Cody
care.
versus Rock, right? It's going to be like
Yeah.
next year's Mania. It's got to be.
Look,
So
the Rock is brilliant. The Rock has figured this shit all out because he has figured out a way to magically, every time he gets in the ring with Cody, he whoops his ass and leaves and never gets any comeuppance.
yeah, but he will. Like it's a long burn, but at the same time, The Rock is just finding a way to like keep entering out of nowhere to make everything about him.
Cody isn't getting that comeuppance. He know Rock knows what he's gonna do. By the time it's time for him to get that comeuppance, like I'm retired.
Movies. I got movies to do.
I got movies to do.
Sorry, Fast 11. Time to go.
Gotta go.
Gotta go, gotta go. See what it's
Doesn't work for me. Doesn't work for me, brother.
It's facts.
Jesus.
I still don't love
right.
that. Like they're not acting like any of that bloodline stuff ever happened.
Yeah, they really are acting like
They're like, The Rock's here with John Cena. It's like, don't ask us why he didn't pick one of his 9 other family members that he was just in the ring with.
yeah, one of the 32 that's on that goddamn
They've
list
just
he showed.
forgotten all about it. They just omit it from any story at all.
There's literally a game that's highlighting everything that happened.
There's a giant plot line,
Like,
like
nah,
plot hole in all of this. It's like, where the fuck are the other
Nah,
guys?
nah, get me the white guy.
Yeah, get me John Cena? Like, what? So weird. I'm glad that it's viral and I'm enjoying, like this John Cena performance. Like, and I know it's going to be short lived. He'll turn it. Like, I get it. I know what we're doing. It's fun.
Yeah.
But man, it's just like they didn't want to even try to address it. They just, it was like when Rock came out in it's like Netflix was like a reboot. Like nothing. It's like, this is post Netflix and pre Netflix. And they two different histories. They're two different timelines.
Yeah. Why he didn't offer that to like his cousin, his actual cousin, Roman Reigns, who had to
Solo,
know. Yeah, Solo, Jacob.
any of them. Yep, Fatu, any of them.
Jey Uso, who's challenging for a belt. You know,
That's the weird part in all this. It doesn't really make a lot of sense.
your
but
other cousin has a title shot.
listen, it's wrestling. That's it. At the end of the day, it's wrestling. Who cares?
Yeah. That is weird.
Okay,
And
can I move on now? Because you guys lost me completely.
No.
I'm gonna move on.
Let's talk about some
Captain
Black
Awesome.
again.
He says, when do you guys think we can have an announcement and release of a Steam Deck 2? Surely it'll be before the Xbox handheld has been mentioned, right?
It depends on which Xbox he's talking about. The one from
there's
Asus
two of
or the Xbox. I presume he means the actual
The-
handheld.
The actual handheld.
Let me
Has
ask you this.
Is Steam working on a Steam Deck 2? Have they said that? 'Cause I
No,
honestly have
no, they haven't
idea.
said that. Let me
I
ask you
think this is another
something.
version.
Let me ask you something. If the badge handheld is really good, do you think Xbox still moves forward with their own handheld? Like if the Asus Xbox handheld is doing what you need, why do you need another handheld? Why do you have
They
to make
won't.
two of them?
I don't think they will. They'll just iterate on that one.
Yes, power. Like if the Asus one is like now, you
Right.
release the
And
Xbox
2 years later, you
one
get a
that's
better
more
one.
powerful. Yeah, you
Yeah.
get a better
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because I would assume that Asus is going to keep cranking them out. And if Xbox has like some sort of OS thing that works, I would assume that others would want to make one of those too.
Yeah.
And we get like the Lenovo Xbox Go and the MSI Xbox Go and the like. I figured like that would be the path. And maybe they could still just have their own. But if he means the other one, 2 years from now, yeah, I probably think Steam probably has something by then. I would imagine.
I think there's going to be a new Steam Deck this year.
This
I
year,
don't know
This
if
year?
I don't know if
I don't
it's
know
Steam
about
Deck
that.
2. It'll be an iteration on it, though.
I don't know about that, partner. I think they're waiting. 'Cause
I'd say a year or two when we have newer chips.
there has been a lot of talk. There is a new chip that was like all the rage this year at one of the CES or something, but it's expensive. So I think they're waiting for that to come down. Yeah.
I think it'll be a new deck this year. Now, will it be stronger? How about any much? I don't know. It'll probably be like a little stronger.
Steam,
I don't think
Steam is
so.
smart. They don't. That's a waste. Of
Yeah, I don't think
parts.
so. I think if anything, if they could make the OLED cheaper, I think that'd be the move to do now because the OLED is pretty expensive.
It
So
is.
if they could bring the price down on that a little bit, I think that would be the move. Because I don't think they're going to make a Steam Deck 2 until it's like a significant leap.
I agree. I think it's going to be a while.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think they're not going to do what Asus and they're not going to have one of these every year or two. They're treating it like a console. It's going to be like the Switch. We have the Steam Deck, and then when we can make this a lot better, then we'll have the Steam Deck 2.
Yeah, especially with like again, they're not a huge market. It's still a smaller market. So
Still
5
very
million.
take your time, and when you have something that's a significant increase,
5 million total.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's the funny thing is you see this mad rush into a market that is yet to yield results besides Nintendo.
Mhm. Yep.
Like I get it because you think like if we do it, it could like you're trying to capture lightning in a bottle, right? But the Switch didn't do that because of hardware.
Nope.
That's the missing point.
Mm-hmm.
The Switch
And
wouldn't
games
have
are just
been
getting more and more complicated to run. So
the Switch wouldn't have been the juggernaut that it is, honestly, if it didn't launch with like a game of the generation caliber game. They launched with what the video game industry considers a must-play title. Like they had a game that everybody felt like you needed to buy.
Yep. Snipper clips.
Snipper clips. And that's really hard to do. That's the problem. Like that's really hard to do.
Gonzala.
what?
I'm answering Rebecca's question.
Gonzaga. You said
Whatever.
Gonzala.
Gonzala.
Gonzaga. Who gives a
Georgia, Rebecca. Georgia.
Jesus.
Gonzo.
It's about as bad as you typing Teresa earlier today.
Fuck that. I type what I want to type.
Checked all that up.
Yeah, he did. Ed wants to know: do you ever go back
Therasus.
to a?
I like it.
He was like, Teresa, I didn't see him. He wrote back thesaurus.
Correct. Rebecca, spoilers. None of us know what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's true. No.
Donnie has the best bets. You want to?
I'm just going with Blue Bloods. Always UCLA, right?
Yeah.
They have like 40 national championships back in the 60s. Like,
Yes.
I was gonna say
you got to go with him, man.
Does Ed O'Bannon still play there?
Yeah, but Utah State's never been good.
That is also true. Nothing in Utah is good. That is the answer.
Hey, Rebecca, do what everybody else is doing. Go ask Chat GPT. like just go
That is a good
ask
answer.
them what to do, and there you go.
Yeah.
Yep. So, anyways, Ed wants to know: do you ever go back to a console launch release and play some of those games, or buy some of them in that console's life cycle? Who had a hype launch, and if console launches were big today, what would be your first game, and from who?
That's a lot of
Second
questions.
question, I don't understand.
I don't understand anyone.
Do the first one, but like if
Do you ever
we-
go back and play like
Yes.
all the time.
launch day games,
Yeah,
or buy
all the
them
time.
like ones
Yes.
you missed?
Infamous Second Son all the time.
Killzone,
Yeah, no, I don't.
Breath of the Wild,
Breath of the Wild.
Rise, Son of Rome,
Oh yeah, Rise Son of Rome was dope.
Power Star Golf.
That was a dope game.
So
That game didn't
yeah.
get enough credit. That game was a beautiful looking game.
I think
too.
you do. They're memorable, right? Because you bring home your new console, you unwrap it, and the first things you play, you remember as more and more games come along. But the ones you play on day one are memorable. I remember the games I played on my PlayStation 4 at first. I played NBA 2K, I played Contrast, and I played Resogun, and they were all incredible.
Yeah.
I played Contrast, Resogun, and Killzone
played
Shadowfall.
Killzone,
2K
yeah, Killzone.
and Killzone.
They really should put Killzone Shadowfall like on PC. Like
They hate Killzone.
like that game should really get maybe like a little second run here.
They don't
Like
care
do a
about
Killzone remastered. Fuck Days Gone, remaster Killzone and re-release that bitch.
They keep acting like Killzone doesn't exist.
Gorilla said, "We don't do that here. We make Horizon now."
We have Horizon.
That's fine. Let somebody else do it. Just re-release the game.
They don't want anybody else doing it either.
I think
You can't-
Killzone Shadowfall.
shit.
You can't touch
Killzone
her ass.
Shadowfall on some of these portables would be fucking awesome. It would be really fun.
She was ours. We love her. We don't want her anymore. But you can't touch her either.
Basically,
That's how they acted.
yeah. I don't go back. I typically like if I didn't play it then, I'm not playing it now. And
Not unless it's the NES.
Yep.
yeah.
Then he's all there.
Bubble
Day
Bobble,
one.
baby.
Legit, the only thing I go back and play is like the NES and the Genesis. Like I'll go back and play those, but like I'm not going back and playing the PS1 game. Absolutely not.
I take a stroll through Breath of the Wild every now and again. I took a stroll through Tears of the Kingdom the other day. I like being there. I like playing
Just
that
walk
game.
the neighborhood.
Yeah.
See hi to the neighbors.
Go do a side quest you didn't do. You know,
Yeah,
like just go mess
I
around.
respect it.
Build a robot. I don't think. What's the other question though? The second
Said-
question's
Who had a hype launch? And if console launches were big today, what would be your first game and from whom?
so that's what I don't. If console launches were big today,
I
what
think
would?
console launches still are big. Did we just
Yeah, I think so.
don't have one
Yeah,
yet?
they still
Like,
are.
PS5 launch was pretty big, especially because of COVID. Same with Xbox.
People
the
were
Xbox
hyped for those.
Series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Switch 2
were-
launch is about to be fucking
Switch-
tremendous.
Switch
One
is
launch
about
was
to
hype.
light it up. Yeah,
Like-
Switch is about to go off.
Switch 1 launch was hype.
The Switch one. Like for me, it's the Wii, the PlayStation 4, and the Switch. Those were like my hype console launches.
Yeah.
trying to think. Mine was
The
definitely
lines-
PS2. PS2 was probably my hypest launch. Like that was something I bought with my own money. Was there day one. Nobody else had a PS2. Like I was the only one in the damn dorms with a PS2. So that was probably my hypest like launch.
He was living that Delvin life.
Yeah.
He's like, you
I was
broke
looking at
motherfuckers.
that financial aid money came through, baby.
Just like Delvin. That's what I'm saying about. Just like Delvin. that money came in.
I remember the console launch of Pong.
You
With his radial wheel. He's over there twisting his controllers. Fucking the fuck. Yeah, the lines out the door for the PlayStation 4 and the Switch launch are memorable.
Yes.
We were lining up, and so I've told the story 1,000 times where I met Caroline. We camped out all day for Switch. That wasn't even that thing. It was all day
You
for
see this
Switch.
shit? He meets Caroline. I'm meeting fucking nerds. Some fat dude next to me asked me dumbass.
I was the nerd. I was the fat dude next to her.
But no, I was next to a bunch of other fat dudes. There was no girls in my line at all. It's a bunch of fat nerds who were sweaty.
There were several.
Camped out. I had a pre-order and I
bought
picked it up
pizza
later that day.
I bought pizza for strangers. I bought 4 pizzas just handed it out to anybody who wanted a piece.
No one in my line was that cool.
I didn't like people. I liked that store, and I liked the people that worked at that store, and we were having fun. Like, yeah, I was excited
You
for that.
said you liked the people at that store, so you liked people.
Yes.
I ain't camping out for shit. Here's my pre-order. I'm gonna pick it up when I'm ready.
Well,
I ain't
hang on.
standing in no line.
When I say camp out, it wasn't like what you see at like the people in tents and stuff out in front of Best Buy. It wasn't like that. Like we were hanging out like hours before the midnight lunch. I was there at like 5 p.m. Like I was there all night.
That's camping out as far as I'm concerned.
We had a Smash table going. Somebody brought in a TV. We had Smash going in a corner. We were playing Mario Kart in another corner. Like it was fun. We were having fun.
You would have brought in the TV you want to in the hood. They would have took that shit in a heartbeat. There's going to be no TV there.
It was fun. And the PlayStation 4 launch, I was the first person at the store to pre-order because it was the E3, the mic drop, everything. I went immediately to the store and pre-ordered. So they wrote number 1 on my receipt, and I had college that night. I was in college when PlayStation 4 launched. So I got out of class at like 10 and drove straight to the store, and there was a line of like 35, I want to say 40 people out. And I got to walk right to the front of that line. It's like, well, everybody scoot back one. Number 1 is here.
Wow. I was in Hawaii when the PS4 launched, and I had my.
That's better.
My console.
Yeah, that's good.
That's much better.
Yeah,
I would trade you.
Hawaii
Yeah.
5-0.
You and The Rock apparently.
Yeah,
Apparently. me and all my Samoan brethren.
Dev's about to be Moana
I
3.
could pass a Samoan,
Yeah.
right? I could be a Uso.
Dev Uso.
Dev Uso.
Let's go.
Oh, it's an honorary Oos.
Yeah.
Yeet.
Wow.
Jace, who apparently is alive. Jace, it's good to see your name. I'm glad you're alive and kicking.
It's fine.
He wants us to discuss water.
That's what he said.
It's refreshing. It tastes good. Did you know that Sonny used to add like salt in their water for flavoring, quote unquote?
Yeah, because it's bland. It's just water. It's neutral.
But if
To
you add
me-
Water
Sonny-
is the Cody Rhodes of beverages.
Correct.
but you
That
need
is
water
correct.
to survive. So then
It's
you don't
correct.
you don't need Cody Rhodes to survive.
I disagree.
You do.
Yeah, this is saying like I disagree.
Yeah, well, he is a civil rights activist. He was there.
His wife is black, right?
Rock,
she is.
go fuck yourself. He's as black as The Rock is.
Yeah, he might be. He might be.
Maybe more.
Yeah.
He married a black woman, so he's definitely more.
He claims his blackness, claims his daughter, a beautiful black child, his beautiful black woman. She fine.
If you've ever seen Dusty Rhodes, I mean, yeah.
Dusty Rhodes. You ever seen him hoop?
I have seen him hoop.
Hoop
Yeah.
like a black man.
A little finger roll. Got that old man game.
Yeah, like I don't know.
Hit you with the no look, spin off the board. Like you put it on you.
Yeah, you know.
Water always tastes like the plastic bottle that it's in. Is what I've come to find. Like it just tastes like plastic
That's why I gotta
Are you
get glass
tasting the
bottles.
bottle?
Yes.
in the water. Yeah, like whenever.
No,
I
but have you
anything-
tasted the bottle to check this theory? You're like, it
Yes,
tastes
it
like the
does.
bottle. Does that mean you've tasted
We've-
the bottle?
We
Deb eats
shoot
the
on a
bottle.
plastic
Are
bottle.
you sucking bottles, Steph?
Whoa!
Are you blowing bottles, Steph?
Lord have mercy.
You said it, not me. You said it tastes like the bottle.
It tastes like the bottle. Yeah.
How would you know that?
Have you never just like chewed on the plastic of the bottle?
No. No, that's not a thing I've done.
Yeah.
Bottle jobs.
Lord have mercy.
Captain Awesome, we were 14 days. When it was midnight, 13. Your number is 13
Till what?
days away.
For what?
The Switch announcement.
Oh, on Delvin's birthday when he's not going to be here?
He's going to be there.
No.
Are we recording PSVG then? Are you going to join us?
No.
I would like I would like Dev's opinions on the Switch 2 launch.
What is the second? Is it
It's a Wednesday. It's a Wednesday.
I'll be here. I'm not going to be happy about it.
Yeah.
I'll be Delvin for the day.
We don't need you, Delvin.
You're
released.
You got the other
the
black
one.
guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to call him Delvin the whole show.
You should.
What do you think, Delvin?
We'll put on a bald cap. Change my name to something really stupid.
Call Teresa.
Comes in looking like SNL Steve Harvey.
I appreciate it. I like it. Good idea.
Do your best perk impression.
Oh my God.
Talk about some crackheads. Yeah, you in the game, baby.
Yeah, I can do that. Barrett33 wants to know, what is the most innovative hardware, device, or accessory from this generation? Steam Deck, Series S, PS Portal, or something else?
What is innovative about the Series S or the Portal?
The answer is the Switch, by the way.
I'll listen to that. I'll listen to the Steam Deck. I don't know about the Series S or the Portal.
I mean, I can see where he's coming from with the Portal because he loves that thing, and it is this weird little streaming device.
Oh, I get it. But there was.
I don't think it's innovative. I think
there was 4 portals before the Portal.
Yeah,
But this one
Right,
has the
the
Sony
Portal-
label on it.
Yeah, right. But the Portal is like we just copied their homework.
Yeah.
You know, like.
They made it a hot line. We made it a hot song.
Sure. Yeah,
So
no, I
that's
get
really
that.
what it is. It's like, hey, this is it. We just put the Sony sticker on it, and it's popular now. It's popping.
Yeah, but that's not innovation. That's success. Success is not innovation.
Steve Jobs would beg to differ.
A lot of times,
on the dual sense.
a lot of times, innovation doesn't mean success. A lot of times,
Yes.
innovation means failure. You know, so
Betamax.
it's just semantics. I know, but
That is
I
true,
don't,
though.
I don't think the Portal's particularly innovative.
It's the Switch. The answer is the Switch.
I'll listen to that.
Does that count? Is that this generation or is that last generation?
And to my point, the Switch was not the first Switch,
But it's the best Switch.
but it wasn't the first, so it didn't innovate.
It innovated.
I mean, it can innovate on the previous.
It did, and I'm being devil's advocate because I would give you all the reasons why it was better than the Shield. I had both. The Shield was the Switch, but it wasn't the Switch, and that's the innovative part. And there's a difference, and it's not because it was successful. The Switch really nailed it. It nailed the seamlessness, the frictionless part of it. You're right. The Shield wasn't that. Like the Shield didn't have like a dock and like you had to plug it in. You had to like pair controllers. It was tech. It was like everything
barely
else you
remember
had.
The Shield.
The Switch, literally that commercial of, I remember when we saw the first commercial of the guy like lifted it up and it just said, everybody was like, oh, it's not going to be like that fast though, but it
Just
is.
seamless.
But it is just that, you know, like they did make it. It's the Switch's innovation is how convenient it is.
Yeah.
It's just super convenient. It just does exactly what it looks like it does.
To me, it's the perfect blend of a home and an on-the-go console. It's a perfect hybrid.
Certainly.
Perfect.
Certainly.
Like you literally can go in, stack on the dock, playing at home, take it out, and go. That's the
They
innovation.
said, how do we turn this Super Game Boy into something real?
Yeah.
It's great.
While that is good, and that's a good argument, I would make the argument that the Steam Deck is more innovative than the Switch. I think it's done more. What Valve has done, and here's the funny thing: to clarify, it has actually nothing to do with the hardware at all. It's not the Steam Deck; it's Steam OS.
It's Steam OS you're talking about.
Like what they did is they built a Trojan horse to push this OS, where this completely knocked a $1 trillion company off their fucking stance. Like Xbox feels like they've done nothing but try to reciprocate and evolve in the wake of the Steam Deck, a device that has barely sold a few million units. Like that's crazy. But you have an entire company changing their entire model because of what the Steam Deck has shown is possible. You know, like with Steam OS, Valve has taken this decades-long legacy app, and they've basically just given it to a handheld, and you can run both things in your library, and everything seamlessly is across, and there's really no hurdles between the two if you're willing to adopt it. That's transformative for the gaming business, the industry. That's why we see the Portal push and whatever Xbox is trying to do now. It's because of that.
And to what you're saying, to add that was my whole thing I've been saying for the longest when Steam Deck came out. When Steam came out, was like, hey, this is my way to get into the computer space without actually buying a computer.
Of course.
And I think that's the innovation in there. Like, I can play computer games now and not have to go through the hassle of trying to figure this shit out and drive it and shit. Like, this is it. This is my gateway into that. And I bought thousands of dollars in games because of that.
I'd like to address Captain Awesome's comment. He says, but would there be a Steam Deck without a Switch? That's why I thought should be a Switch. Yes. I would just point you to what Valve tried to do with the Steam Machine. Again, the Steam Deck, you're thinking too much about the portable. That's not the innovative part. The innovative part is the OS. Valve has been trying to do this for a decade.
I almost bought a Steam Machine.
And here's the thing. I think if they were going to make a Steam Machine now and a new controller and the Steam Deck, like there's the potential to exist where Steam can seriously encroach into the traditional console market with this because of the OS. It's really not the Steam Deck. The Steam Deck is merely a vessel for this innovation that they have, and I think that's why you're seeing Xbox. I think that's why you're seeing them pivot. They're starting I don't think they want to let that get too far out of the barn because they very well could just be Xbox. Like with the foothold that they have in the PC space with the right hardware and this OS, they could just be like, yeah, all of those customers just come over here now. And the funny thing is, they kind of already have. I'm not sure how much Xbox people you follow, but it reminds me, there's like a parallel here with Stadia. Remember when Stadia happened, Dev? And when they pulled the plug, all those Stadia channels became cloud channels, and then they all became Steam Deck channels. And if you've been following the Xbox stuff, like very similar things happened. Like they were all Xbox, they all wanted the consoles, they all wanted exclusives. And then as Xbox starts to bend that, now they're like, now I want my Xbox to be a PC. Now I want Steam. Like they're now just slowly encroaching over to being Steam players. Or they already are. They're like, I already have a PC. I don't, that's kind of the transformative arc if you look at it over time that's happening with that. And none of that's possible without SteamOS.
I agree.
I don't follow any of that, so I'm going to take your word for it. I've never messed with SteamOS in any way, shape, or form.
Sure.
Sure. Sounds legit.
I actually follow. This is one of the times I actually follow what Donnie's talking about. He's 100% correct.
You never just for giggles, you never hit big picture mode at all?
Hell no. For what?
Wow. It's interesting.
I just double click the icon and the game starts.
No, I'm with you. I don't use big picture mode on my PC, but I do on my portables, and I do when I throw my PC on the television. And I just think it's funny that we're all like that. Daniel is like, again, and I'm using Daniel as a means to make a point. This isn't actually pointed at Daniel, but in our chat for months, Daniel's like, I just want, like, he's like, Xbox is gonna be so great. Like in the future, I'm going to have an Xbox that I can have on any device with all of my games, and I can play across all these different things in a unified platform. It's like, yeah, that's Steam.
Literally Steam.
Like, what you're defining has already been done. It exists today.
Even PlayStation games.
Yeah, like you don't have to wait at all. Like it's there. It's yours. You're like, Achilles, it's yours. Yeah. Take it. But logos matter. They still matter to some people. So we'll see. But I do find it's funny that Valve releases this little handheld. It makes some social media buzz, but it's not all that successful. It hasn't sold a bunch of units. And somewhere in those 2 years, Microsoft was like, we have to change everything. It's like, wow, that's crazy.
Hell of an impact.
Maybe it's because they realize they can't beat PlayStation, but if Valve is only selling 1.5 million Steam Decks, maybe we can sell more.
Potentially, yeah. I think you might be right. That might be their idea. We'll see. I think there's something to that. If they can pull it off, I think there's something to that. I do think if they can pull it off, they give you a console, it's an Xbox, and it's a handheld. I think they can sell 10 or 20 million of those.
Yeah.
I think they have a bigger reach in that market.
Sweet. Well, I kind of want to tackle Grandpa Ray's question, but I gotta go, so I kind of want to leave that till next week. It's a really good question. It's
We'll
just
add
like
to
a
next week.
check-in.
That works for me.
Yeah. So,
All right.
this has been fun. Steam OS for the win. It's going to take over everything and unify the world.
Yes.
Daniel says Steam doesn't have Game Pass, but like, what if they did? Not Xbox Game Pass. Like, why don't they have a subscription service?
Yeah.
What if they did?
Need one.
They really don't.
this
With the sales and
services-
everything, they really don't.
We have sales, so
We all have all the games anyway. Like, we all have all the games. Like,
Yeah.
but like,
just
I've always
buy
wondered, like, why don't they have a Steam Pass? I bet they could do that.
just buy the games, you cheap fuck. It's 39 cents.
I remain somewhat excited of this prospect that eventually they're going to announce a box. Like, Steam's going to pop up one day and they're going to be like, we've got a box and a controller. And I'm going to be like, yeah, I'm all in.
I say so. I don't have to do the PC stuff. Sign me up.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Now I don't have to do the HDMI switcher back and forth. I'm good. You know?
Yeah. I'm here for building my PCI. And I like that part. It's fun.
Not me.
Yeah, we know, Delvin. You're like, oh, Steam box? Steam Deck? Cool. Settings? 30? I don't care about these settings. Just play
What do you
the
think
game.
they could do? What do you think the price would be on an FSR 4 capable Steam box?
The fuck does that mean? USSR
It's
what?
It's AMD's answer to DLSS.
Correct.
Still don't know any of that shit means.
Get a decent GPU, not a crazy GPU. A decent
So here's
GPU
the
can do a lot
question.
of 4K, 1440 things.
So that's the question. We can't talk 1440 because if we're talking like a console competitor to hook up to a television,
4K then.
4K. There's no
Yeah.
1440p. If we're talking 4K, and if we're thinking HDMI 2.1, 120 frames,
$500-$600.
it's got to be like 7 to 8. Like,
Does
because AMD
Valve
processors are hella expensive.
does Valve eat any of that like they did the Steam Deck to launch something like that?
In this economy, hell no.
Because they are subsidizing the Steam Deck quite a bit. It's still the cheaper, it's still the cheapest PC handheld.
yeah, it's also a system on a chip. So are we doing another system on a chip?
would
or
imagine
are we
so,
doing
yeah.
an actual CPU with the
No,
GPU?
I would imagine it's a system on a chip.
Then you ain't hitting. Then it's just I don't know. I guess then yeah, $600 and it's still not better than a PlayStation or.
Sure, no, definitely not trying to win a console war. I actually don't think it even has to be. I think it's just the idea of having a box versus a handheld, because some people just aren't into handhelds, right? But I think you give somebody an option for a box, I think some people would just sign up for that.
Yeah, I wonder how many that sells. Like,
And we saw that controller leak. Like, that controller exists somewhere. Who knows if Valve ever ships it? But that's the thing with Valve; they're always tinkering. You never really know what's true and what's not.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah, I guess $600 is that's the price point. If you wanted to, I'll say 700. If you're thinking like PS4, PS5 Pro-ish, we're looking at like $700 for like a latest AMD with FSR 4.
And I think Valve customers would be fine. I don't think that would be sticker shock. These are PC players, and a lot of them already have a PC.
Right. So then I'm like, who is this for? That's like
But-
that. It starts me thinking like, who is this for?
But we
Is this for
see
the Steam Deck people.
But we see
Do they want a box?
we see a lot of the GPU reports where a lot of PC players aren't playing the latest and greatest thing, right? They've got older stuff. I don't think it's for the Steam Deck people. I
Right.
think it's to just attract like the Delvin. You're looking for the player that likes Steam, like sees the picture, sees the sales, but doesn't want the PC-ness of any of it. So you make a
then-
box.
So then
Congrats,
does
Delvin.
I'm not trying to sell 50 million of these.
Right. So then my question is like, is it worth the expense?
I think for Valve, yeah. I think it is. Dude, remember, Valve is making 30% off everything on the fucking store. Like, the expense is like, they've got the money to spend. They did it before.
I don't know.
My only pushback is like they tried it, and I think they want to try it again.
They might. I just, like I said, I just don't know.
It's like it's more. It's not
like who's buying it. I guess Delvin is buying it, but I'm just.
I
like,
buy it. I'll buy one. It's not that I think it's going to take over anything. That's not the point I'm trying to make. It's that there's this idea, this seed has been growing inside of Valve for decades. They've been trying to do this. And I think the Steam machine is that, the Steam OS is that, the Steam Deck is that, and I think there's a logical next step,
Yeah.
And maybe they don't sell very well. I don't know.
Yeah, it's outside of my thought process. I don't really have a whole lot to say there because I don't follow enough of that to really know. I'm put it on the damn PC. What do I need another box for? That already does all of that. But I guess but my thing is, if you already have Steam, you already have all your games on your PC. Do you really want to get an extra box for that?
TV box. I could see. I think there's a legitimate claim that there's a lot of PC players that have PCs at monitors and stuff, and maybe they would like to have one on a television. Like those Steam, the cloud thing, right? That seemed to sell a few million units.
I guess I'll have to wait and see. I got to see it.
Yeah.
I can't. This is one of those things I can't picture. I don't see the point. All right. Well, that'll do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Good times as always. We actually talked about video games, so we're getting better.
We got there eventually.
Some video games.
We talked about some video games.
Some.
Not a lot. Not a whole lot. We talked about AI and wrestling and Roman Reigns' family and black people, and we took race away from people and gave it to others. And then we talked about there's some Assassin's Creed in there somewhere, I think.
Yeah. You put the some in some video games for sure.
Yeah.
So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, please play some video games.
Take us to the edges. That didn't work. Why didn't it work?
It didn't.
Why didn't it work? I pressed the button. It didn't work.
I blame Delvin Jr. He broke it.
All right, let me click off of it and click back on. Take us to the edges. Part 2.
Nobody sleeping in the middle of the bed. The middle of the bed is only where you do the business. But when everybody's ready to sleep, it's the side of the bed that can't be beat. It's the middle of the bed where lovers meet. But when it comes time to slumber, it's the edges. Ooh, the edges.